started. This is the yeah. There you go. Oh, is that like a drum roll?
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, okay. This is the Hive Scum, the podcast, grimdark podcast, all stuff weirdo, freak central.
This name was never run by me.
Yeah, dude, I sent it in the group chat. Hive Scum. I made the whole logo. We can't change it down. It is what it is.
Which, by the way, looks great.
Yeah,
Thank you.
good.
We'll see. You know, it's
Wait,
got
where's
a little
the-
bit of
I
work
didn't
to
see
done.
the
So
Right
we're
over
on the
there.
drawing.
It's on his desk.
Yeah, Hive Scum. It's got a little hell brute in the middle.
Go mess it up.
No, you could just lift it up. It's like,
Oh yeah, beautiful.
yeah, you got to get the bottom part and add a little like shadow in
rocks.
there.
That
Yeah,
guy.
that guy's
I
awesome.
like this guy a lot.
I got these like ink
He
tense
looks like a-
pencils. They're like,
like a
kind of
Christmas
watercolory, but
You
they're
should've
really
got it
like.
Nightmare Before Christmas.
And so I've
Yeah.
been messing
Some
around with
real
adding
Van
some
Gogh
color.
Do you like have to dip it before each?
No, I
Like
bought like
yield pen or-
a water brush too. It's like the backside, like the handle is just filled with water, and then you squeeze it, and the water comes down into the
I
brush.
remember.
So I use those with those like essentially watercolor pencils, and it's been nice to add like a little tint of green or red or whatever onto stuff. So we should introduce ourselves. I'm Terry, the guy with the room that you're sitting in right now.
I'm Phil.
Phil, beautiful Phil, the
Steve.
Beast Man.
And I'm Gage.
Dude, and this is we're here. You guys made it. Episode
We did
1. And I think we can end it now.
All right, it's been real.
Let's go play some Kill
Yeah,
Team.
we're ready to play some Kill Team. We're hanging out with the wonderful White Tiger Craft today. Right? Is that where are we hanging out at the Battle Standard?
Yeah.
Not sponsored by the Battle Standard.
This is not sponsored.
This is not sponsored. by
Or
the Battle
Paul's house.
Standard. Or Paul's house.
I think
Oh,
he's
right.
chilling with Paul before we.
He's chilling with Paul?
Yeah, we'll have to confirm that, but
Oh, that's very cool.
They're chilling.
they're chilling.
Are they
gonna
actually
come to the
they're
shop?
hanging out right now?
I think they were hanging out at 11. He had like this whole week planned out for us. He's like, "Yeah, we're gonna do this, and then he was like, "Yeah, I can only hang today."
Really?
Yeah. So
Well, it was today. I was like, "Oh crap! I think he's here." Because I was like, "Didn't he come on the 22nd or something like that?"
yeah,
Yeah. So I was
he
like,
came
"Oops."
during that windstorm,
Oh god.
and I was
Crazy.
like, "Have fun. Hopefully, your grandparents have power."
oh jeez. Yeah. Just get there. It's just cold and dark.
Yeah, pretty crazy. His flight didn't get canceled. It was meant to be.
Dude, I love this mic just resting on your chest.
We're gonna go through it later, and it's just gonna be all heartbeats.
yeah. It's gonna be beautiful.
You hear me get excited?
Ooh. So, what's new? What are we
Dude,
doing?
Christmas hobby run. We got to do like it's like it was the day after Christmas. We all got probably some sort of hobby gear. Steve's already here showing off his Voodoo Forest
True.
book.
Oh, I got the Proxon that you got. My mom got it for me. The big wire cutter.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
I did not get any of the things for it that I wanted for Christmas. But
Well,
I'm just
also,
going to buy it myself.
All that shifting land stuff is so sick, but it is
$50.
$50 without shipping. And
What do you mean?
Well, there's a
shifting land?
U.S. seller, though. There's
Is
a
there?
U.S. Yeah, there's
you're
a
gonna have to
U.S.
send that to
guy.
me. Shifting Lands is this company that makes like jigs for the
MDF jigs for the Proxon foam cutter.
to cut like weird crap.
like you can buy one that's just windows or like doors.
What do you mean? Like,
It's-
how does
it's
that-
like a-
it like punches it.
You know how like
No.
a jigsaw you can undo the saw blade and you
Yeah.
can do holes.
Yeah, but can't you do that anyways with
play
just like
game.
the stock Proxon? Like
I
little
can tell
cutter?
you,
Yes.
I can confirm cutting a straight line with that, with the bridge that's on it, is impossible.
Really?
Yeah.
It literally, you'll be pushing the foam and it just
Oh,
moves
so
to the
these
side.
jigs like replace the
Yes.
guide.
So,
I
so
see.
the jigs that they have they go over. They're made specifically for the Proxon.
Okay.
They're just MDF kits that you put together and it goes right over the Proxon. And one is like a giant bridge. It's about this tall. You guys can't see what I'm doing with my hands, but and then
You could do
No.
like pillars like this detailed
dude.
just off of like
there's a staircase jig. There's
Yeah.
Wait.
window jigs.
Okay,
You guys got to
yeah,
give
yeah.
it a rest with all the visual elements.
No,
Yeah,
dude,
I know.
they'll be fine.
Yeah, you
We'll put
guys
pictures.
should.
You go look
Pictures
this
of
up
the notes.
online. You guys got. They have the internet.
Shifting
If they're
lands.
listening to
Yeah.
this, then they have the internet.
That's
and they
also
can,
true.
They can Google. They got this. So the Proxon, but it's the best for cutting bricks. You could just do straight bricks,
Oh,
like
yeah.
right out the box. It
Pretty
just does
much.
bricks.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like worth the price of admission.
Well, it's funny because like all the YouTube heads that show off the Proxon say it's way overkill for what they're doing,
Well, I mean,
and then I'm servicing at the Harvard Engineering School, and they've got like 10 of them lined up.
the Proxons.
The Proxons, and I'm like, well, if it's good enough for Harvard, it's good enough for me to
Now,
make
what are
bricks.
they cutting with it? Just
Yeah,
like
I don't know. They have like a maker space. and I go in there and make sure it's working. But
Dude, how do you get that gig just like
I
full
don't
time?
know.
You're
Just
just like
full-time hobbyist.
I got a degree in
Harvard.
makerspace.
the woman that runs it is definitely
No, they're probably making fucked up defense stuff.
Probably.
Making a bomb case.
the woman that runs it is definitely like a low key freak, and I want to hang out with her, but there's no way for me in a professional setting to be like, so what kind of cool shit do you make with this?
Yeah. What
There's
do you
no
make
way,
of after hours?
There's just
What do
a
you make
wall
of
of
the
Prusa
Proxima?
printers. There's just like
Oh yeah, you had
there's
sent
just
that.
so much.
Now
Crazy
those
shit
are
in
really
there.
like high end. What MDF is that? Those are the style of printers.
FDM.
FDM.
Yeah,
That's what me and
MDF
Gage
is
have.
medium density fiber board.
Too many damn.
Well, we both have those Cobras now. We're just cranking out all that terrain now.
I've got an eight-story tower. It's going to be finished by the time this probably goes up.
And so you guys are cranking out all that terrain for the Mordheim Open, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. We can
How's
get
it
into-
coming along?
Yeah, Steve, give us the insight
oh,
on
God.
how you're buying a house, working
I
full time
bought
as
a
a
house.
you
It's
bought a house,
happened.
working full time as a firefighter, and running this event single handedly with Paul.
Paul is a big. If it wasn't for Paul, this wouldn't happen. If it wasn't for
Yeah.
Paul, none of us would be playing Mordheim.
100%.
Also true. Also true.
Paul is the man. I wish he was here.
Dude. I mean, he'll be on here at some point for sure.
Paul definitely
He's
has
got it.
also a radio voice like Phil.
Oh yeah.
Just very.
Yeah, Phil.
I really don't buy that I have radio.
No,
you
dude,
definitely
you got a
do.
great radio
When I
voice.
feel like if you
Beast of
really
chaos.
wanted
You
to get into
embrace.
that, yeah, you'd be like
Okay.
college radio guy
Yeah.
that would be listening to, and check out this record
Oh,
of.
and we're gonna start playing this.
This is the new King 9 album.
But yeah, we're. I give all the credit to Paul. Like I'm just a guy that just organizes shit.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah, Paul's the Mordheim guy.
Yeah,
I think
dude,
Mordheim
it's
is probably
insane.
something if you don't have someone to show you the ropes, it's kind of a daunting game to get into
For sure.
compared to a lot of other tabletop games.
I will say, the amount of people signed up for the event, which is right around 50 at this point, that have not played the game,
Oh,
is
more than
concerning.
Scary.
Is it more than 50%?
It might be more than 50%.
Oh, boy.
Have not.
And I
even
would say
played.
out of that 50%.
Hey, you know what? It's a networking event.
Yeah.
What-
It,
what
it,
it
it
really
truly is.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
it's
yeah.
to celebrate the
community,
game,
yeah.
the community. Like, I mean, the game's still kicking after over 20 years. So
Yeah.
that's
Now, are you? I mean, dude, it'll all work out. Like
Yeah.
new players, even if new players are playing with new players, like they'll be fine. The
hey, you
rules
got
are
a book. We got a book.
straightforward
We got a
enough.
packet. You guys can't figure out a rule, roll dice, and just have fun.
You're
That's all it's
providing a
about.
packet, right?
Yeah,
Like a
we're
house rules
going to
thing?
be putting that out in probably the next couple weeks, but it's slow going. We got a couple months though. It's not till March.
No,
so.
dude, he's totally got enough time.
Yeah.
The quick reference guide from Mordheim, the one that's on Broheim, is just the most straightforward. It's just one page of like, and it has all the scenarios and the rewards tables in the
Yeah.
back. It's perfect.
We'll be doing some chaos in the streets, the multiplayer versions. Like it's
Oh,
gonna, it's
really?
gonna get wild.
Dude.
It'll definitely be fun.
Yeah, that's gonna be sick. Now, how many people did you say are already registered? 40 or so?
There's over 45 people registered, and that's not counting like
That's not counting any of us
any
right
of
now.
the friends
Yeah.
that are going. I think Ian is the only one from the friend group that actually signed up.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, I mean, I'll be there to like help out. I like started this kind of like bandit war band, and I was like, oh, maybe I'll try and wrap this up. But now I got these goblins, so it's just like, oh,
Goblins
jeez.
are cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna make sure I have enough guys painted up if I, get
You'll
a
be
chance
there.
to play. But events like that, I never feel like I can sit down and just participate.
What do you mean, like in the game?
Yeah, not just events, but events like going to like cons and stuff like that. I got to keep moving. I'm too ADD. If there's so many
There's
things
so much
happening
going
around
on.
me, I can't just sit at the table.
Oh, I know.
You know what I mean?
But then it's like, dude, sometimes like playing Gaslands at Adepticon last year, I was like, dude, this is
there's
like
so
the-
much more you could be doing.
Well, that's true, but like, when else am I going to get to play this Gaslands game with a bunch of people who literally like they know the rules in and
Yeah,
out?
yeah.
Came
Yeah.
from other
Oh,
countries.
yeah, came from
Oh,
other
yeah.
countries to play with you.
Dude, that's so cool. I'm thinking about this year if they do a Aeronautica Imperialis game.
Getting into
because I
it?
got the boxes of the Imperial Navy stuff, and I'm just like,
Oh, dude.
yeah, they're in my
Are they built?
hobby pile of shame. No, they're just in the box. But I got the destroyers.
When did you get
from-
those?
I got the Thunderbolts last night for the beautiful little Xmas gift, and then the destroyers I got from the boy Eric.
Very nice, very nice.
And
Well, you got 3
he hooked it
months.
up. Yeah, I mean, totally. And they're just like, I think it's literally 4 planes, and that's the game. It's
Okay,
like
I was going to say that's not. There's not the Titan.
I'm sorry,
Phil's
I'm walking
Phil's
over
taking
to
a field
Terry's
trip.
case here just to look.
Dude, the case is too packed, but I need to
That's
magnetize all those orcs, and then they're going to go into just those boxes. And honestly, I took out a bunch of stuff to bring to play with White Tiger later, and so I made a new box, and I'm going to throw all those in there. I just need to clear out a lot of stuff that's not just like display stuff.
Yeah, but you're so
Love
good at
this
this shit
guy.
that all of it's display stuff, bro.
I mean,
Yeah, legit.
dude, it's funny to see like the old, like, you know, whatever, when I just got back into painting
bags
orcs.
of orcs.
Oh, dude, and just like messing around with them to see what would work, like throwing a bunch of hair orc is in there somewhere that just has a bunch of
No.
static grass all over it, and it's just like, this
I
didn't
hate
work.
hair orc.
He's all grinched up.
Yeah,
Hair
he
dog.
looks like
Hair
he's
dog.
really grinched. Dude, I have so I was talking to Gage about Cryptacrylics Smash that he sent me. And it's like, I have never messed around with doing like gloss. on a
Oh, for the
mini.
Secret
Like,
Santa? Yeah.
Oh,
especially since now I just like matte varnish everything, and I'm like, it looks so good matte varnished.
Put it
And then
on
you
the
see
mount.
this, and you're just like, crap, dude, I've been missing out on just doing like high gloss
I
splotches.
like barely looked at this
Well,
2 seconds
shine the light on
ago,
it.
but
You got the snail trail he's got going.
so
Oh,
yeah,
dude,
he
it's
said
so cool.
He said the majority of this was digitally kit bashed.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so you just grab a bunch of STLs and then kind of just drag them over each other,
Dude, that's some
and then when you slice it, all it knows is it's one thing. But
that's some next level stuff.
it's definitely a different experience than like that's how you can get hit. I know no one can see this, but the tail with all that other stuff kind of just jammed in there. That's definitely how you can get.
Oh, that's how he did that?
I'm guessing.
Oh,
I don't,
yeah, that's
For the
all-
record,
I mean, that
there's
could
like
be
a
green
body
stuff,
hanging
but-
off of the back of the scorpion's
I mean,
tail.
he's
That's-
talented enough that I'm sure it's a mixture of both. It's
Digital
not
kit
just,
bashing is such a crazy concept.
dude. I felt like I was cheating the whole hobby by putting an insignia on a shield.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is the greatest thing ever.
I did it with some of those first prints with the Cobra where I was just smashing like a staircase and a walkway together and just printing them as one. And
Yeah.
it just comes out so clean.
Well, that and the beauty of us just not really like going for like picture perfect painting.
Yeah.
You just throw sand on it,
Dirt.
blast
Oh,
it,
dude,
dirt. Who cares? It looks great.
Yeah, speak for yourselves.
Yeah.
You are really clean. You got
Yes.
a nice clean style.
I don't understand how to even approach the sort of grimdark style of painting.
It's so funny because I think
Too
you
much
do.
of a classic.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
100%. You 100% you do.
Your beastmen are very much in
yeah.
that realm.
You think so?
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. Well, I think the color palette, yeah, but the actual painting style. Because I've been staring at the like heavy metal style minis for the last
I mean, dude.
Yeah, but
25
nothing
plus
wrong with that.
years.
But those early models are so much in that realm.
I mean,
Like,
true.
Oh yeah.
Some aren't. Some are the very bright greens and reds and everything of classic like goblins and Bretonia
Yeah.
and Empire. But the beastmen that you do, just the grays and the whites and everything blends so
Yeah.
well and just
Keep them real muted.
yeah.
No, and you get that model
Try and have
color.
one or two really bright. Like I like to give them like real bright eyes or some kind of like war paint or something,
Yeah.
just to
I think your colors are
kind of
so.
lay on top of the muted colors.
Well, I feel like that's also the vastness of the term grimdark. Doesn't necessarily mean like you have to paint in just
100%.
only Zorn oils compared to
Yeah.
what you're doing with Beastmen. It's not. I feel like it's all there.
yeah,
Totally.
cool.
Yeah, I mean, like, think about how
Good to hear.
desaturated the colors. Like, going up and buying those model colors yesterday, the Vallejo ones, it's like, those are so, you just got grays and dark grays and browns and then, like, ochres. Like, you're not, you take a look at the Age of Sigmar codexes or whatever, the freaking books, and it's like, everything's bright blue and bright green. It's
I
like,
hate it.
Yeah.
it's totally different. You're doing something completely different than that.
I remember you. We were talking about it when you got was it the Soulblight Codex?
Yeah.
Just the
the Night Haunt.
Yeah, the cover is just the darkest shit you've ever seen. Just a
Totally.
black metal album cover, and then you look at the painted army, and they're like, "Here's a bright green ghost."
Yeah, and it's like, oh, beautiful.
Beautiful.
Everything's perfectly
Yeah.
done. And it's
Well, I
just
mean,
purple.
I really think that the sort of style of painting, the studio style of painting, is really only just meant to highlight all those small details. You can really only do that with like
Right.
an ultra clean. I don't think that the average hobbyist really aspires to do that style of painting. Really, only
Yeah, I agree. I agree for sure.
Crystal brush,
Well,
golden demon,
Yeah.
aspirants.
We were all there for Adepticon Golden Demon,
Yeah.
I mean, the winner was a
Oh,
freaking
dude.
skink.
Yeah,
Oh,
that was
yeah.
so nice.
And it was the cleanest.
It was the cleanest paint job.
That was so
Ever.
sick.
Yeah.
That was such a great paint job.
That's
Dude,
one of those paint jobs where it's so insane that you don't even know how much work goes into it.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, that's just perfect. That's all I chalk it up to be.
Yeah.
But the thing is, when it's arm's length on the table, that would blend in to
Oh, yeah.
my skinks I painted 20
Yes.
years ago.
Yes.
Like, and I wouldn't be able to
Yes.
tell the difference.
Totally.
Yeah. I think a lot of people like that aren't big gamers,
Yeah.
except for, just like Vince Venturella or
Oh,
someone.
yeah.
But yeah, I really think a lot of those people don't really.
Who was the
play
homie
very
that
much.
you two, Terry and Phil, were talking to the whole time?
Oh, I was punishing everyone.
What was that guy?
French guy?
Yeah.
Oh.
He was like, none of these
Alexis-
guys even play.
Yeah, Alexis Lehulier,
Yeah, is that his
I
name?
believe his name.
Dude,
Yeah,
he's
he has
cool.
a very, very cool Imperial Fists army. He had a beautiful, fully NMM Forge World Rogel Dorn that didn't win anything, but I thought it was magnifique.
he's crazy. And then like you go through these old like Warhammer, like White Dwarfs or the Warhammer Visions, and it's like he just has things in the Golden Demon from 2014.
Yeah.
He has multiple things in there, or like whatever year you look at. It's the same with a lot of those guys. They're like 20-year veterans of just like entering 5 different things in Golden Demon every single year.
Yeah,
You got to enter this year.
Dude, I don't know. I thought about it, and then it's just like, what am I? You know,
Hey,
you can do it.
getting a golden demon pin
That's
just
all you
for
need.
entering.
That's
I
all you
would.
need.
highlight
Johnny
my life.
Johnny did it.
Johnny Witchhammer just doing the just throwing something in last minute and getting a
And then
pin.
thanking you.
Yeah.
You were like, dude, enter this. He's like, nah. And you're like, no, do it. He's like, all right. He's like, shout out Terry for making me enter.
Yeah.
And
I
now-
mean, it's awesome.
I'm Johnny's stuff is incredible. Like
Yeah.
everything he does is
Well,
incredible.
and that's a good for like different grimdark styles. Dude,
Yes.
Johnny's is mostly black.
Yes.
like how detailed is his paint job? Like
Yeah.
usually it's just very dark with a highlight of red or something in there.
Yeah.
But- so I'm not artist is a very vague term when it comes to miniatures. So I don't consider myself a great painter, but
if
like
you're building them and painting them, you're an artist.
whatever.
I will never gatekeep the term artist.
I mean, you can't, dude.
But Johnny's stuff is just like I look at that, I'm like, it's not super clean, but you look at it, there's something there,
It's
it
incredible
talks to
look
you.
at, yeah.
It's his shit's so dark. It's like it has like one spot on it that is all the visuals go to, like all the your eye just goes to that one spot, like it's the face or like the sword or whatever. But his stuff is like it's the hardest, I feel like, for him to take pictures of it. Like they
Yes,
look good online,
absolutely.
but like
Seeing his
it's-
shit in person was insane.
Yes.
He's also a master of just like just totally being like, this one Eldar arm will be absolutely perfect in this one spot.
Mm-hmm.
And then it gets blended in with everything and you don't even think about it. But when you really take a step back and look at all the different bits he's using,
Yeah.
he really nails it with that.
Yeah. Yeah, I can only imagine what his like bits been.
Or,
It's just
yeah.
like-
oh my God.
Or like capturing motion, especially because he does that.
Yeah.
He had those. He just posted it a couple weeks ago. The like skimmer guy, like standing on top of the spear, and
So cool.
just knowing that those bits are not supposed to work in that way at all, but it perfectly captured the motion of this guy throwing a fucking spear across the skimmer
The skimmer made from a dollar store.
from
toy.
a dollar store toy.
I
Yeah.
have that bit. I
Yeah.
have that toy kit.
That's
at
so
my house.
funny.
Now, is he making those up as like Dark Eldar? Is that like his thing, or are they just random thing? Like he's just
No,
part of the
he
universe?
definitely does a narrative. There's
There's
a big
lore.
narrative element to his
Was it
his
The-
miniatures.
they're like blood. They're just. I think they're vampires, like space vampires. Is kind of
Yeah.
how he was
Sick.
explaining it.
That's so cool.
Because he had that whole diorama. Well, it wasn't a diorama, but like the ship with all the guys and
Yeah.
everything that was set up in his little display piece
Yeah.
at Adepticon in the hallway.
Oh, dude, so cool. Grimdark Hallway.
Grimdark Hallway. Yeah, what the hell's the deal with that?
It's over. It's not happening.
No!
Johnny,
It'll happen.
I
We'll just
talked
take
to
over.
Johnny. Johnny said he's just flying in. He's not going to bring anything. Like,
Yeah.
he'll probably just bring some models. I reached out to the guy. I can't remember his name. We've emailed a couple times, and he said he would let me know. And now it's just, I'll let you know in January. It's like, well, I got to either book a flight or I got to
100%.
drive, and it's
Yeah.
a long drive. So I would like to know. Oh, well, the hallway is kind of spoken for RPG players, but I'll let you know if we have space for you. And
It
it's-
looked really empty whenever we were there
Yeah.
last.
I think there was one RPG game in that hallway that whole week.
And there's like 5 rooms. It's like, all right, give us 2 rooms, and we'll
There's
just,
also
like, set up
multiple
whatever.
hallways.
Yeah, totally. I don't know. Yeah, and like I mean, part of that whole hall didn't feel used. Like the whole convention center, there was like definitely sections that it was just like, oh, there's nobody. Do you got a problem with this light?
Yeah,
Just
dude, the
blinding
light
us?
was just.
It was pointing in my eye.
Yeah,
when we started.
dude, I feel like you're interrogating me more than
Dude, I
co-hosting.
didn't have like a light to put over here, so it's
No,
just
this
this
rocks.
crazy like single bright bulb. So that way, if we look at minis, we could just stare at them.
That's fine.
Dude, you got some great minis.
Oh, I do. Evan, it's what Evan, the
It's
homie.
what Evan, the boy, the
my show and tell here.
true friend
It's so
of the
funny because he
pod.
showed me these like over a month ago. He's like, I'm making these for Gage. He was so excited.
So yeah, Evan.
Dude, now we need the light back. See,
Evan,
boom,
I know.
dude,
I'm
we're
gonna put him
back.
here, and then we can pass them around. Evan sent me a bunch of minis, thanking me for letting him stay at my house, which I feel like is just a normal thing to do. But I'm gonna.
Dude, these are insane. I
Dude,
needed to see these.
I gotta save
in-
this one for the last because
And you could see these on his Instagram, right? Did
Yeah,
he
yeah,
post
he
them?
posted-
All right,
he
so
posted
people
his, like,
can
work in
people can go do a
progress.
little.
or you can check it on the In Rust We Trust Discord.
Oh, dude,
Little
shout
plug,
out,
little
shout
plug.
out. You gotta plug that. That's like the
Dogs
biggest.
with the
The
little,
maggot dog.
little globe heads. Oh
Yeah.
my god, those are awesome.
How he gets his like variation in just like color, like splotching. He must
He-
just be straight splotch and paint on there, and it looks so good.
Oh, also going back to the width of the term
Yeah.
grimdark.
Yeah, yeah,
like this
totally.
is a totally different take on it.
Is this the Hexbane Hunters guy?
I don't think so. No,
Dude,
I think
where
that's
did he get these cool bits?
this,
You think he
Could be a
3D
3D
them?
print.
this guy lost
This,
a hand.
I think this is definitely some pieces of GW. I think the hat.
Yeah.
The hat,
This
you
guy
think the
also
hat?
lost.
So, like
That
this
back
hat's
piece is,
totally different too, and
little-
like this hat rocks.
Little witch hunter hobbit there.
When we bought this huge lot of bits,
Oh, dude, the dogs.
he took these two guys, and I was low key salty that he did, and then they ended up came
Coming
back to
back.
my collection, and I could have never asked for them to be painted as well as they are.
Now, he's got to just use oils, right? Does he use
I
just
think-
oils?
I think so. This one's my favorite. I saved the best for last.
They're just so matte, and like this is
His
what I mean, like the matte
Evan,
and the
let us
gloss
know
on
in the
here.
comments.
Dude,
Yeah.
yeah, Evan, dude, let us know in the In Rust We Trust Discord. Gage was shouting that out before.
Check out the shield on this.
Oh, dude, he's so
Just
cool.
the little Evan signature.
He just has such a distinct base style.
Yes.
And the colors, like his palette is very like I see an Evan model on Instagram, like on my story or something, someone reposts it. I know it's his model.
Yes, absolutely.
Dude, this guy's little freaking knife.
Yeah, that guy's
Oh,
insane.
this guy's the coolest.
And even crazier. So he wrote a handwritten note thanking me, and in it he goes, "Oh, by the way, I statted all these guys out if you want to play them."
Really?
So he sent me the stats for the whole warband too.
What? Dude, this guy's really cool
Yes,
too.
yes.
So this is your Mordheim army.
So at this point I was
Sorry,
like,
Warband.
I've got the whole Chaos Dwarf narrative I'm going to set up for the Mordheim event, but I also might just run these guys and have someone else that doesn't really hobby as hard as we do take the
Just drop
the,
your
the
cool.
Chaos Dwarves.
So my thought for Mordheim
so
Day
nice.
was like all the friends that are going that everyone just wants to be involved and hang out. Like if we have certain rounds where maybe we have an odd number of people or something, one of our friends could jump in and it's just narrative focused. It's not really meant for building
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah, and I
to
figured,
get a player through a game.
Yeah, exactly.
Is this the Anna body?
Yes, it is.
Oh, nice. Anna Plansick? I don't know if I'm saying that right.
Yeah, that
Hope I don't get called out.
one.
This is my favorite.
Dude, I also don't know how to say Gardens of Hecate. Is it
Hecate.
Hecate.
Hecate? Dude, see, there's three different
I wanna
pronunciations
say
right here. I
that's-
don't even know.
Look at his little dick.
A Greek
Yeah.
word. And you always,
Yeah.
you always pronounce the E at the end of a word.
In Greek?
No silent E's.
Dude, this is real
That's
Phil
a
fact.
that's a
out.
Phil.
They get-
Welcome to the-
honestly-
we need to
Here
have
at
a
the
Phil fact section
hour
on this
here.
on this.
No, listen, Phil Facts can't be an official capacity
No,
because
they
it's
can't.
always going to be people commenting telling me that I'm wrong.
Hey, by the
that's
way, you're
cool.
an idiot.
But I like that. It makes it even funnier because it's just like if it's wrong, it's even better.
It's just the confidence
So,
in
man,
which
facts
you,
are,
They're meant to be disputed.
Dude, Phil's
they're-
got a
you
lot.
know, they're whatever reality
That's
you
called
want to live in.
gaslighting.
Dude, at our boy Adam's party, you were telling me all about his like weekend getaway.
Yeah.
You were telling me about all of the what do you call them? The trees, the animal trees. The
Oh
animal
yeah,
kingdoms
yeah.
and stuff, too? This guy knows everything.
Taxonomy. Yeah, I was talking about mammal taxonomy.
Dude, I also
I don't even
think
know what that word means.
it's like bears and dogs and shit.
Well, it's sort of how different. To put it in layman's terms, it's where how different animals are related to each other on the
Yeah, the big tree thing.
tree of life, as you would
yeah,
say.
buddy.
Phil Phacts for the day.
No, dude, and then I didn't even never thought about this, and this is probably pretty obvious to you guys, but it was fresh to me that bears and dogs are related. Like dogs evolved from bears, or bears evolved from
No,
dogs.
common ancestor,
Yeah, you ever see a bear acting like a puppy?
a common
No,
extinct.
Literally,
This is
no.
blowing my mind right now.
I did have dreams about bears last night, though.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think they were just trying to get in the house.
They're just trying to get
That
your
was
honey.
real.
Yeah, that was real.
Dude, honestly, there's a bear. Neighbor Steve, dude, friend of the pod, next door. He's always getting bears taking his trash cans down the hill and trying to drag it back to their den to like eat all the
That's
trash.
very funny.
Yeah, and he's just like honking his horn outside, like, please get away from the freaking trash cans. So yeah, they could be here. Maybe I woke up, maybe I slept a lot. But yeah, Phil knows all the trees.
All the trees.
All the trees
All
of
the
life.
trees.
Oh yeah.
He's a turtles. You're telling me all about turtles.
Yep. Terry's bachelor party.
I know
we
this
were
is
going
really
on
like
a
hobby adjacent.
Yeah,
It's
no,
turtle talk,
this is
but
really.
dude, it's very good.
Where's the turtles in the hobby?
Dude, I don't know.
There was that one turtle that
Lizard
everyone.
was
Or no, it was a
Seraphon?
crab.
Yeah.
It was a crab that everyone lost their mind about.
Oh, and the
favorite-
It's in one of those little.
Warhammer Underworlds boxes.
Yeah, one of those little box games.
Dude, I
mean,
love
there's
those
that
Underworld
the
box.
big sea turtle thing
That's
for
true.
the
Sure.
Deepkin, which I
Deepkin,
think
yeah.
is kind of sick.
I'm surprised none of us paint up any Deepkin stuff. That seems
Brandon
like
wants
real,
them.
I'd like to eventually.
Or you
Brandon,
did.
Brandon wants every
Any
army.
medalist. he
Friend of the
wants it.
pod, Brandon, Meta Chaser,
Yeah,
Brandon.
dude, when we have the
who's
competitive
played
episode, he'll be
three-
on.
3 games of Age of Sigmar and is already starting his second army.
Oh my god,
And what army is he
Bastard.
starting?
Lumineth.
Lumineth.
Yeah, of course.
Because Mega Wizard Brandon.
Yeah, someone gave him tech list for Christmas.
Dude, that
Very
model.
sick model.
I mean, I
Really?
just don't
I
like.
hate it.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't
Really?
like that the thing
Well,
is
well, I
floating
don't-
off of the.
I don't
Griffin.
hate it. I think it's
The Griffin looks
someone.
sick, though.
I was talking to
Or
someone at
whatever,
a
Sphinx.
Adepticon last year about it,
Sphinx,
and they put it very very well, saying that it's less than the sum of its parts. It's the monster is awesome, Techless is awesome, but the fact that he's kind of just hovering over one of the wings,
Yeah.
it's just a very very weird.
Yeah, it's a weird sculpt.
Kit
Yeah.
bash opportunity.
Yeah,
right
Yeah,
there.
there
absolutely.
you go. I mean, I've seen beautiful kit bash.
Well, what's
I'm
the what's
sure.
the
Or even
other?
just separating the two sort of elements.
Separate Techless
differently,
entirely.
yeah.
What's that other Minotaur looking thing that also the it's got the mountain on his back? He's got the huge hammer. You can either
Yeah,
make
the,
him two
the
hammers. or-
spirit of the mountain.
Yeah,
yeah.
That has the same face as the Sphinx, right?
No,
Am I just making that up?
you are making that up.
Okay.
All those models look exactly the
Idiot.
same to me.
Yeah.
I also like don't. Dude, there's such a wide variety of models that I don't even know what's out there.
So this is a little bit of my beef with Age of Sigmar is, and it could just be my lack of knowledge in the game and like all the new armies and everything. Well, new is relative. I think they're new because I'm so used to fantasy battle, but
No, it is newer than I thought because I got this Warhammer Visions in front of me here from 2014, and I was just like, oh, what's early?
Right now he's taking out the magazine.
Where was Age of Sigmar at this point? And it is non-existent. We got some square bases here. We got this beautiful. We got this old metal Vermin Lord. I had
That's
this.
so
I don't know
sick.
what happened to it. This old metal Vermin Lord.
Dude, check out if you guys checking out, just listening, go on eBay. Buy 2014
yeah, why don't you
was
listen to this, or, buy
number
this,
2 of Warhammer
yeah,
Visions,
wow.
and you can follow along.
Yep, you could follow along.
I didn't
March
know Warhammer
2014.
Visions existed until walking into this room.
I love the format. They're
Oh, they're
perfect
sick.
sound
Yeah.
buffers.
it's funny because they have a full size issues. They did them when Age of Sigmar first started coming out. They were full size.
Does
magazine
it still
issues.
exist?
Oh, really?
Warhammer Visions?
no,
I'm not
this
sure.
was like I think they did like 20
You
something
were saying though,
episodes.
you're
Episodes, magazines.
Quick bit before I move on.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure my Warhammer Visions I have at home have Blanchitsu section in the back.
That's why I bought these. These ones in particular have. I've been trying to collect every issue of White Dwarf and Warhammer Visions that has Blanchitsu articles in there, just to kind of like see what's going on. Because it's not just John Blanche; it's like all these other freaks, like all his friends.
Oh yeah.
And so you get to see the differences between like how these different grimdark freaks paint. But he's got this one issue with, and that's what that Space Marine or whatever over there. He's got this one issue where it's all just like Space Marines with like, they're just wearing like armor, like it's just like bare metal armor. And so I'm like, oh dude, I really want to do up some like Iron Hands that are just like crazy augmented, just like weird cyber tentacles coming out of them and crap, and then just paint them up real, just like metal, rusted metal kind of looking.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I love these Blanchitsu ones.
Agreed.
They're pretty good.
All right, what the hell were you saying about Sigmar?
Sorry.
Back to the Sigmar.
Back to the Sigmar. There's so many models in these armies, and I couldn't tell you what the different units are. Like Stormcast, I started collecting Stormcast just because I think the models are very cool if you cut the head off and put a different one on there. But there's so many units in just the Stormcast Eternals that like I don't know what the difference between any of them.
Well, I feel like they got the Space Marine treatment.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the same thing as the Space Marines. You know, they have to have annual releases because that's the
Highlight
That's
army.
the-
that's the breadwinner. That,
I mean, they
that
look
one
cooler than
faction.
Space Marines. I don't know, dude. I like the Space Marines lately. I've just been thinking they're cool. But
I think if you
I
do them
think
that way,
everything's cool.
I think
Yeah.
they're very cool. It's like Rogue Trader-esque, just
Yeah.
like de facto Marines that have left their chapters. I think that's such a cool concept in the world of Warhammer.
yeah. So I mean, but I think the same thing about Stormcast. Yeah, dude, this guy's chatting over here with the phone.
My Siri said I like it when we get along.
Me
Dude,
too.
I'm always yelling at my Siri because it's always trying to send me down. Like sometimes I'll be driving and I'm like, Siri, where's the closest McDonald's? And then it'll be like, it is 1 mile away. And I'm like, okay, 1 mile away, sweet. Go get me directions to that one. It's like getting you directions to the one mile away. And it doesn't even go anywhere. I'm just swearing at Siri. And it's like, please stop. Please don't talk to me like that. I just want to be loved. I just
I've
want
never set up
friends.
Siri.
You would never upset it?
No, I have never set up or used Siri.
I've never
on any
upset
phone.
Siri.
Well, yeah, you
Dude, I'm on that wave. Once they take over, I'm not. They're going to give me a Snickers when they take over the rest of the world. Like,
do you
thanks
mean?
for being
No, we're
nice
gonna-
to me.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm going to die.
Yeah, you're.
I'm dead.
Yeah, you're first on the list.
Oh, dude, Siri's going to come out with this giant tech gun and just be like,
I'm going to be
bow
at least
down.
a janitor or something.
Oh,
Be
yeah.
sweeping up the human bits. Like,
Yeah,
sorry,
you'll be
Terry.
mostly made out of metal though,
Yeah.
at that point. Your brain will
I mean,
be
that's
like,
the dream, right?
maybe, yeah.
Flesh is weak.
Flesh
That's
is
it.
weak.
Flesh is weak.
Yeah, one day.
So what's everyone been working on? Or did you want? Are we done with the Christmas? Did
Dude,
we
we
go
can
over
do-
Christmas?
Yeah, I mean, Christmas
Dude,
rocks.
what are your thoughts on Christmas?
Yeah, dude, Chris
I didn't
Kringle.
even celebrate
That's
Christmas
true.
this
You
year.
worked.
Oh, yeah. He's protecting us, Firefighter Steve. Dude, I've been working on
Protect and serve, you know.
more zombies. I painted up a Poxwalker just because I took
How many
him out of
zombies are you
existence.
at now? I know I've printed maybe
Painted?
100 for you.
Painted or like primed or whatever?
Well, how many did you own?
Oh, God. The ones
Yeah.
that you mean you made me like 40 of them, I think.
Yeah.
Those,
I feel like that was just the
blight
last
bones
batch.
Or the knuckle bones.
The knuckle bones. Yeah.
Yeah.
Blight Bones needs to get on a regular zombie wave. He's got really cool hero units, but he doesn't have like a infantry, I guess.
His hero skeletons are sick.
Yeah, they're insane.
I mean, the heads are great. That head
Yeah.
that I used for Nezrat, that like crazy, like with all like the crown on top, it looks awesome. Yeah, I've just been painting zombies. Dude, I love horde armies because you could just slap paint on there and be like, okay, I'm gonna fully mess this thing up. I'm
I'm
try
very
and-
jealous of that.
I'm gonna try and just make a mess, like make it look bad, and it just always looks good. As soon as you put oil over it, you're just like, oh, okay, this looks like a good model. But you're just like, okay, I'm gonna splotch a bunch of like rust color into all the crevices, and I'm gonna paint a bunch of like pallid witch flesh all over the side, and it's just it always looks good when you put the oils over it. So that's
It's
what I'm
so
working
cool
on.
too how your models look so dirty and gross, and then you have these very nice like popping bases with the flowers on
Oh,
them.
I know.
It
I've
looks
been
so
loving that
cool.
lately, dude. I've been on this base wave. I love the oranges.
Yeah, the little pop of yellow and the orange.
I'm gonna try and put some after that cryptacrylic, like the gloss. I'm like, dude, I want to like mess around with just like doing some like glossy blood. So I
Make their
matte
guts
varnished
hanging out.
those, yeah. And I'm just gonna go back in now with like blood for the blood god and like kind of cram it up.
I saw someone using some of that AK interactive, the puddle.
Yeah, dude, he uses that.
Yeah, the puddle jar or whatever.
I think
it's called.
Eric uses that too. He
Yeah.
he was trying to get me.
Well, they were
buy
using it for
but-
guts.
Oh,
Oh, see, that's so sick.
Yeah.
That's
So
what I
then,
want.
then you get that
Light.
real weird drippy.
I'm gonna get that today.
There you go.
I see a lot of people use like hot glue to do that, but that
Oh,
hot
true,
glue doesn't
true.
paint very well.
I tried hot glue on the original burning head I did on the baby head, and it looked terrible.
Did you paint it?
I primed it, and it just looked like a real low poly Sweet Tooth from Twisted Metal. It
That's
looked
cool.
No, but like no, like
Motorstorm.
Very sick. The best game ever made.
no,
Motorstorm.
absolutely not. We'll save that for episode 2.
Oh,
that
come on,
rant.
man.
Oh,
No,
I got some
the
thoughts about Twisted Metal.
the
Metal rocks too.
no, but like painting over hot glue, it was like I primed it like 4 times. maybe I'm just an idiot, but
it would just
probably
slide
shouldn't
off.
have primed it 4 times.
well, it just could not stick. It just kept coming off. It just looked terrible.
It just like slimed off when you tried
Yeah.
to paint it.
yeah,
That's
and I don't
weird.
know if it's the
Maybe using that gloss shit again.
maybe, dude. I wasn't using the quick color.
Dude, it's so the tester's matte finish. It looks so good.
The dull coat stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's
yeah.
so good.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the Vallejo spray. It works good. But
So
yes,
you-
I've just been bashing those guys. Been
So you got a
trying to
big
paint
count
those.
then.
Yeah, painted up. I mean, painted up. I think I like completely painted. I think I have 30, which is pretty good. Maybe even a little bit less
You
than
need
that.
more.
But total, I probably have like primed. I probably have 60 or so at this point, and then just like in the box over there, I probably have another like 40 or so. I'll get through them,
We're slacking on the Path to Glory right
dude.
now.
I've been grinding.
I
these,
mean, I got my games in.
well games. I got my games in, but also I've been grinding, painting these things up.
You guys have 2 games each?
I have 2 games.
Oh, I
in.
only
I've got
have
2
one.
games. I got 2.
Ooh,
Oh, you've
dude.
got one?
I've only
We
got
got
Gotta
one.
play
Schedule.
Brandon.
Schedule.
Brandon's only got one too.
Oh, that's
His
true.
ass, dude.
Yeah.
Someone's
I
got
know.
to kill his lizard.
Dude,
man.
he's like,
I mean,
Dude, focus
see.
that send your forearm
me
fuck
and him are
right
the
to
2
that
people that no
solar
one
beam
wants to
guy.
play, so,
Yeah.
oh well, yeah, come on. I
Dude,
know
that was the worst. I don't want to say it was the worst because I had a blast and the narrative was just
mean,
hilarious. But the narrative of my dude being like, "Oh, see these beast guys, we're gonna kill them. Who cares? They're different." And then the fucking solar beam dinosaur just, that whole unit is dead. Okay, next turn, that unit's dead. Oh, I get to spend a CP. That unit's dead. Hey, do you quit? And I'm like, yeah, dude. I have nothing left.
that was like me in last.
How many
game against
turns
you.
did that game go?
2.
Yeah.
I routed on my second turn.
That was like me and your game.
Yeah.
I've done
Yeah.
I mean, to give people some context, we're
I
playing
at least
Path
got to
Glory.
roll dice against your guys, though.
Yeah, but it didn't go far.
No, I didn't even get to see those guys.
And we're trying to write down these like hyper
Yeah,
narrative.
yeah. As Terry's saying, we've been planning this Path to Glory campaign for maybe a month or 2, and we finally have just started getting our first couple games in the last few weeks, and it's been awesome.
Very
yeah,
fun.
it's been great. It's been
Yeah.
great to like write these stories out. But it's like I'm playing Undead. Phil's playing Beastmen, Beasts of Chaos. Steve's got his ogres, his freaking man eaters, chomping down. And Gage has got the cities,
That's it.
the
Humans only.
the
Oh,
mortals.
and Brandon. We got Brando.
Brandon.
Brandon's playing the Seraphon.
So you can guess why he's
Monster
crushing.
list.
Yeah.
Straight. He just wants monsters.
wants
Only
thunder
monsters.
lizards.
just crushing.
Is anyone else in the
I don't know why
campaign?
your mics keep
I know
going down.
Eric and Dakota said they wanted to play, but I don't think Dakota's built a single model, and I haven't heard from
No,
Eric
dude,
about
Darktide
it.
came out in Dakota's real gamer mode.
Oh, really? So you've
Yeah.
just been playing that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we've been just jotting down all these stories too about every
Yep.
game that we've come out with. I mean, honestly, like you guys have been a lot better than I have about writing down the
No,
stories.
dude, your story for our game
As long
is
as you have
awesome.
one person that writes a
just get
story
caught
down
up.
in your game, that's all that matters.
But you were smart last time. You were taking all those notes like every turn, and I was like, dude, the story writes itself if you're writing down
Well, yeah,
everything that happens.
Because I didn't want to remember, like, well,
I
did his
was- yeah.
Vargeist kill half my unit or all my unit? And it's just easier in that moment to be like, oh no, he fucked me. Like,
But then when you're typing it up into the Google, it's just like you could just like write every
Yep.
step
Yep.
down.
yeah, and
it's
then you just
super
kind of
easy.
put in the fluff after.
Yeah, maybe I'll put one at the end. Maybe I'll read like one of our vignettes about like this is what happened at this game.
They're so short too. Like
Yeah,
every
yeah.
game's narrative is like 3 paragraphs at most.
Totally.
And then when all our armies have like, we all did like a couple sentences at least. like,
Yeah.
For our lore.
Yeah.
A couple.
I was
I
gonna
mean,
say, Phil
you wrote a fucking book.
Yeah.
But now you got to play this next game. You got to play against Brandon. You got to play at the house. Just use like Pringles containers and stuff.
Real
I've played like
kitchen
that
table hammer.
Yeah.
yeah.
Kitchen hammer.
Nice.
So what
Nice.
else?
I
What else?
killed
Oh, I took over the painting part. What have you guys been painting? Sorry, I just
My
like
house.
jumped right in that.
Yeah, Steve's house.
Bought a house.
I've been painting ogres though. I paint ogres at work. Like I just bring my
Yeah.
little tackle box filled with paints, and I just go to town at work, and everyone makes fun of me and they're like, "What are you painting over there?"
Well, what are those guys doing? Playing video games or something?
Well, I did get that one guy at work to start playing, and he spent probably $1,000 in a month. He
Wow.
bought like he has maybe 5,000 points of Stormcast now.
That rocks.
And he bought 2-star collecting of the squid.
That's the guy you
collections.
talk to about all the
Fucking
Stormcast
freak.
range. Yeah.
He's like, well, I really. He just likes squigs. He thinks goblins and
Squigs
squigs
rocks.
are really cool.
Oh, they're
just
amazing.
like eating mushrooms
They
and
are.
going
Dude,
Dude,
crazy.
they're so cool.
Yeah, they'll get really cool when they finally get a new book because they suck.
Now they don't have a new book.
No.
It's coming out
Okay.
at the same time as the new Beastmen book.
What armies are still working on like a second edition Age of Sigmar book?
Yours.
Mine, yeah.
Yeah, mine.
Like 10 of them.
Yeah.
Which I didn't know.
I
mine
think
was.
every single person in our Path to Glory is on a second edition
Except
for Steve's Ogres.
Wow,
yeah.
but Steve's just came out.
Yeah, but so what's going to happen is all of you guys are going to get codexes, and the power creep's going to happen, and my codex is going to suck by comparison.
You got it.
Yeah.
I don't know. They were saying I was listening to like a review of the second edition Soulblight, and people were like, "Well, people thought it was going to be a lot better." Like when it came out, when it did, and they were like, "We thought it was going to be a lot better, but you know what? It seems like a lot of fun." And I was like, "Okay."
I played second edition Soulblight, and it was really good.
Yeah.
I played it like in tournaments, and it was very fun, and it was strong and very annoying. All the grave sites and recurring your zombies.
Well, from what I understand, Soulblight was the last book that came out for second edition. So, it's probably going to be the last book that comes out for third edition.
I'm sorry, I played Legions and Nagash, technically.
Terry,
there you
stop
go.
making the models kiss.
I was just making models kiss over here. Evan's models, they're all best friends. They're so fun.
What do the war bands do when they're not at war?
Dude, they
Kiss.
Smooch.
Yeah, they
Smooch. What else
build
is
their
there to
little
do in wartime?
houses.
What have you been painting, Gage?
These guys right here. The humans, the cities of Sigmar. I've actually been trying. Dude, I don't know what it is. I mean, I'm a terrible painter, but when it comes to bashing,
You are not a terrible painter.
this
You just take a long time.
Yeah, you did take a long time.
This guy right here, this
Get
Griff Rider.
a demi-griff knight.
Yeah,
Completely kit badge. There's not a single piece from an actual
exactly.
demi-griff.
No, that's from a
That's from a
Stormcast.
Stormcast
Griff
Griff Rider. Yeah.
Let's see this freaking thing.
Astral War, whatever the hell it's called.
Oh, this looks
I
great.
need it to be like.
Dude, this is amazing.
I can't
Palador
just-
is the word you were looking for.
Thank you. I cannot.
Caldors?
Yeah, the Caldor's,
Palador.
the Caldor's Griff Rider. I just can't
What's a Palador?
get over like
I
a
don't.
non-dynamic pose. You know what I mean?
It's got to look cool.
It's
and
got to
thematic.
look cool, and that is like my barrier to entry on everything I do.
Especially
they're
on
rocking,
like
man.
a model
There's
like,
no
like
rush.
this unit does work. You want the models that
yeah,
like your
exactly.
units that do
Yeah,
stuff in the
yeah.
game, like make
Yeah,
a
like
significant
the
impact.
swordsman, whatever. Who cares? Like,
Yeah, these Griff Riders, they roar on in. They get like fucking 13-inch moves. They're in your face before you know it. They wipe out my entire unit of zombies and my corpse cart and necromancer who
Or
are just
you're-
in the back.
You tactically deploy wrong, and then they
Well-
die in the first turn.
that's also true. I've definitely learned the tactics in the last 4 games pretty brutally.
I mean, I feel like that's the first few games.
That's just how you got to learn to play war games.
Yeah.
And I think the four of us are coming from such different levels of experience too. Is that it's, I think there's a learning curve for everyone. So what have you been painting? Oh, your house.
My
Ogres
house
and
and
house.
ogres.
Yeah.
And
These guys
I
are
have been
bashing.
painting some like I have special characters for the Mordheim event. Like we're doing
Oh shit! Did
Random-
spoilers or like you
it's
know?
fine. It's fine. We're doing like random encounters that like
I'll just bleep it all out.
yeah,
Yeah.
beep beep. So like we're gonna roll dice, and certain tables are gonna get random encounters, and me and Paul are gonna like throw our war bands on it and be like, all right, you guys have to deal with this now.
dude.
So we have some. I painted up some Stormcast, like real checkered, like old school
Yeah,
looking
yeah.
guys, all steel armor instead of gold, and they're like the peacekeepers of Mordheim that the Emperor has sent in to clean the streets of Mordheim up.
Dude, that's so sick.
And then we
Just real cut the shit, guys.
yeah, exactly. It doesn't matter who you are. You're dead. You're in the city right
love
now, you're
that.
dead. And then we have like a big bad character that we're not giving any details about yet, but there's a narrative
Amazing.
to this event. So the event's going to
Dude.
have a whole story going, and then what happens in the Mordheim Open is going to be ongoing. So next year, everything that happens, we're going to break down all the data and we're going to apply it to the next year's story.
The data.
The data.
Dude, that's a lot of work, man. You guys, 45 people.
Yeah, how many of those are out of state? I mean, not out of
a
state.
lot of New Yorkers.
Out of New
I would
England,
assume
we'll
most
say.
of
A lot of New
Oh,
Yorkers.
out of New England, Ohio,
Yep.
North Carolina,
Texas.
Texas.
Dixie.
There's some Canadians coming.
Canadians.
Yeah. I don't have the full count. I have the list in the big cartel from the ticket purchases.
Dude,
I got your
everyone's
info.
playing.
I got your info.
He's selling your info right now. He's selling your
That's
data
how we're paying for
right
this
now.
event.
Yeah. Well, you think it's just $5, but really you're giving your whole identity away. Yeah, it's gonna be a blast. I cannot wait, and I'm really worried about finishing this board. And every time I think about it, stresses me out.
So this event is sponsored in a way by the Battle Standard is definitely helping us out.
It's our FLGS.
Yes,
Yeah.
FLGS Battle Standard. I hit up Jared and
FLGS.
asked if he could loan us some battle mats because we were really worried about board space and table space for everyone to come and
45
play.
people.
Yeah, we were sitting at 30 people, and we're like, well, we got to build 15 boards. This is gonna suck,
dude.
Who was that hero that posted the
Oh yeah, who was
all
that?
the houses and stuff.
9,000 houses?
Yeah.
He was
I
like,
got
yeah,
all
I
these
checked. I
houses."
opened my basement and there's like,
It's
I
just
believe that's one of the
magic.
guys from out east in Mass. I think that's part of
That's
Nuno's
yeah.
Nuno's crew from the Quincy Gaming Group. They have
Quincy
their
gang.
the Ard Boys, I think it's called.
Oh, dude, they
It's
are
their-
the Yard Boys.
Yeah, they're awesome. They're all rolling out. They're bringing tables, terrain, everything. I know AV Hobbies is coming down from
Yep.
New York. Yeah, we got some MVPs coming out for that. Should be fun.
Dude, it'll be great. Now, how are you going to? I don't know if you figured this out, but how are you going to randomize everybody? How are you going to have people play? Computer?
So the issue
I
at
like how you said computer.
Computer?
Are you going to use a
A
computer?
machine?
Are you
for
going to
that?
use computer?
so that was an issue we came to find out at under the Dice Fest was pairing people just randomly doesn't work because then people that played each other already will
Totally.
still get paired.
Yes.
And then they'll get really mad and they think they're cheated out of their
Yeah,
experience.
and they'll beat you up outside of the
Yeah.
Yeah.
the
and
bar.
I'm scared and I don't want that. So
Yeah.
we're gonna try and do
especially trying to get people that aren't from the area to play. You know what I mean? Like if I got stuck playing Terry, I'd be like, oh,
it'd
cool.
be really cool. Hey,
Yeah.
cool.
So we're gonna
It's just a weekly thing for us.
yeah, we're gonna try and use a bracket system, and we're gonna try and keep an eye on who's played and kind of do a sheet by sheet. So your first list of people that are playing together, and then when we go to do the next one, we kind of compare the two lists, and
Okay,
make
yeah.
sure that everyone's not playing each other again, and make sure it's oh, this warband that just got smashed into oblivion isn't playing the first tier
Yeah,
player.
Yeah, that seems
Which
like a bad
keep in
time.
mind, everyone, if you are attending, please don't be a meta chaser. This is all for fun.
Dude, I'm
all to
only
tell a
bringing
story.
rats with slings. That's it.
Yeah. Is that a good
Alright.
thing? Rats and slings?
Oh
That's
my
what I
god,
heard.
it's
That's what I read.
broken.
Oh, wow.
Slings, you get 2 shots within, I believe it's 12 inch. No, within 6 inches, you can make 2 shots with your sling. And in wartime, you can just randomly crit someone, and that's the end of their hero.
Yeah.
There's,
And imagine Skaven, you could probably spam a whole lot of them in a band, yeah?
yeah.
Yeah, don't meta chase. Don't be a bad guy.
Well, we're gonna have some special rules in the packet for.
Are you
trying to
listening,
avoid
Brandon?
that.
Honestly, yeah, Brandon, you hear this? Don't be.
Brandon's
a
not
bad
showing
guy.
up. Well, Brandon will be there.
Brandon will be there.
Brandon's bringing.
We're gonna have vendors. There will be tables for people to come play Magic and play whatever.
Can you
game.
spoil any of the vendors yet?
Oh,
I mean, yeah.
Pixel,
It's not a secret.
Pixel Keeper.
Pixel
Kev,
Keeper will be there.
the guy, the MVP,
Who else do we got?
making illegal magic cards.
Eric Adams, Hard Dragon, will be there selling art. I believe Annalise said she would come and she'd be selling art and doing tattoos, in the back.
Oh, let's go.
Dude, and Ian's got to come do tattoos.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
to have a big, big setup.
Oh,
at
was
the
in,
American Legion.
What's his name? Gundam official Mike?
Oh yeah, Mike. He's
He's-
coming out.
he's coming out.
He's gonna be tattooing that weekend. I'm pretty sure I got him set up with. If he doesn't go to one shop, he's gonna go to another one. So
There we go.
he'll be tattooing that weekend.
Nice. Or you got the new house. You can always go. Into
He can
that
come
crawl
tattoo in my
space
house,
or
I don't
whatever.
care.
That weird stairwell to nowhere.
The cursed stairwell.
Cursed staircase.
Tattoos in the cursed stairwell. Very.
I
sanitary.
really got a vacuum in there. My allergies were really bad after going in there.
Just
Oh, no.
watching Steve perish in front of me as we're crawling into this crawl space.
So are you guys bringing warbands though to this? I might just bring my undead. I have this little undead warband. But
Oh, are you talking about the campaign that we were doing? Those warbands, or
well, I don't know because I was maybe I'll make up. Well, I might do these Adams goblins for a warband
Yes.
of forest goblins.
Yeah, you absolutely should.
But I don't know. I mean, I'm there to help with whatever I need.
Yeah, I
but
figured I'd be a filler for whatever, but I made this Chaos Dwarf narrative of the jailers just stealing people and burning them alive inside a brazen bowl.
that's awesome.
And I just really want to make the brazen bowl. So
Yes.
even if I get to show it off, that's all I care about.
Right, dude, you got. That's what I mean. I feel like I need to.
We'll
make
make a
something up for
scenario
the
about
swap
that.
Shack.
Like I said, I wanted any friends that come if they
I
don't
think-
want to be in the event. It's okay, well, we'll think of a theme. Your Chaos Dwarves are there. Okay, Mike, you're playing Gage this round, but it's it's a special scenario to your
Right.
dwarves. Like we could do something like that.
Because I was looking at
Totally.
the base, like I think it's Empire and Flames
Yep.
pack, and
To
to
not
get
in Mordheim.
to get the Chaos Engine, I think it's called, which would be the Brazen Bull, is like a third of the Warband price already. So like with the 500, I get like 3 jailers, a sorcerer, and then equipping them with man catchers. So I have 4 models and a tank.
Dude, the man
But the man
catchers
catchers are
nuts.
that's for like stealing people's characters from
Yes,
their list.
yes,
which
Well,
is sick.
Well, that's the whole narrative. They just steal other people's minis and then throw them in the Brazen Bowl. I just want to be the bad guy, just stealing people's minis
Just
and
keeping
selling them
them?
back.
Yeah, that's gonna
no,
get-
just keeping them.
Just keeping
I'm just
them.
going to leave
Sorry,
the
you
event
can't
with your model.
You did a great job
anti-game.
of this. Just stealing heroes. But are you guys Phil? Are you going to make a little Mordheim Warband for this? Are you going to use your?
I
Beastmen?
will almost certainly just use some beastmen that I already have.
Your 8 Beastmen Lords.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, I got a
Crush
whole
it.
lot of them. Yeah, I think 8. Yeah, 8 or 9
All named,
beast lords,
all ready to go.
names, all named. They've all got a little flavor text.
Dude, I
Got a few
love
shamans.
your main dude in the Path to Glory. What's his name?
What is my main dude? Oh,
I don't know. Like he has a sick
Torbach,
name.
Torbach
Yes.
Ghosthorn.
Dude,
Is it Ghosthorn or
so
Ghost
tight.
Hoof? I think Ghost Horn.
Ghost Main.
Ghost
Mane.
Mane. Dude, so tight. Torbach.
Yeah.
That's a great name.
Oh,
What's
thank
the other
you.
guy? Fell Whisper?
The shaman, yeah.
shaman.
Glimgore Fell Whisper, yeah.
He's so sick.
How do you get these names? You go on fantasy name generator like the rest of
No,
us?
Random.
I mean, just try to look at the names of other beastmen characters or chaos characters and try to just take the syllables and move them around a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, I love that. I love the Beastmen. The ones that you've painted so far are awesome.
Thank you.
You've been working on more of those?
I haven't painted at all in the last week. Pretty busy week, but
Slinging.
yeah. But I'm really trying to take my time with them. In the past, I've always tried to do sort of assembly line style painting, and
Yeah.
that I think is just not a great. I mean, for me personally, though I persisted for several years trying to paint like that, it's just not a good way to paint.
It's rough.
Yeah, you just lose interest.
I got through 6 spearmen. I went, yeah, I'm over it.
So now I'm just doing one whole mini at a time, start to finish,
Yeah, that's
until it's
fun.
done. Minus basing.
Yeah, that's fun. I like
Yeah.
doing 5 at a time and just ripping through them.
That's a good.
Well, yeah, actually,
not
I'll
overwhelming.
take 2. If something's
Yeah.
got to dry, I'll grab
Totally.
another guy.
So, yeah.
And
I love the war paint that you do. The red, like the red lines down their
Thank
face.
you.
It looks
Thank
so
you.
cool.
yeah, I want to try and not go too overboard with that. I think that has a potential to be a little stupid if I'm too
No,
heavy
dude, it'll
handed
be
with
For all
it.
your heroes or like monsters,
Oh, yeah,
special
heroes,
characters,
yeah.
like a hero of a unit. I
Yeah.
think that's awesome. Oh, I do have one more thing that I did paint. I actually just remembered. That's for Phil.
Uh-oh.
Like we said, day after Christmas, so Steve's got the tidings. Oh
Terry.
shit! What?
He's
Did you put
busting
the
out.
names on it? How do you know that it's for?
I
Steve.
folded that one. I folded these differently.
Wow. Okay.
Steve in like a beautiful little packing job. Steve gave me a wonderful orc patch, which I'm excited for, and I was
How
like, "Oh,
awful is this
What?
sound right now?
Oh, dude, it's great."
This is ASMR. You opening gifts on Christmas morning with
It's
your
Christmas.
family.
All right, so I've unwrapped a little treasure chest.
Yep, I also.
Wooden treasure chest.
You want to do it one at a time?
This is
Yeah,
insane.
Phil, do yours.
Steve, you're
All right,
so
I'll open mine
fucked up.
first. Crack it open.
Yeah. Oh, shine the one.
Oh, okay. So it's a little box. It's
Holy shit.
What are these boxes called? Do they have a name?
Grill It
The
box,
Grill
I
It,
believe,
yeah.
is the name.
I'm assuming it's Grillet because
Yeah.
T
Dude,
would be silent.
Steve, these are amazing.
Yeah, Nikki Grillet, fantastic
you-
artist. I
did you
think
do
I
the-
think she used to work for
GW,
I
yeah.
think, yeah.
I think it's
This is fucking beautiful, man. Thank you so
I,
much.
I didn't get to finish the painting on some of them, so if you want me to finish painting them, I will. Or you can
what's
take it
that?
over and finish painting it.
Terry's taking a peek.
I
Terry,
took
open
a
yours
peek.
next.
Oh,
I took a peek. I
Carrie,
not.
I left yours. I left yours.
I was gonna
primed so you
say.
can do it yourself.
Dude, this
man.
is so cool.
Is that a little goblin?
What? This is like a vampire lord kind of guy.
So I did them all based on our Path to Glory
Oh,
armies.
Steve, I'm gonna cry. This is beautiful.
That rocks.
We got 2 zombies just freaking reaching out of the ground.
Being
Flying.
summoned by the vampire lord.
All right, I can't wait. I can open mine.
Dude, so tight. Take a look at that. That's crazy.
Yo.
What?
Oh, wow.
We got a knight with a hammer and a beautifully painted city in the background with my red and black.
Steve, that's fresh.
Steve, this is
Thank
awesome.
you.
Holy crap. Steve, that's beautiful.
Thanks.
Yeah, these are awesome, Steve. What a guy. What a guy.
I
Oh
I
my
did
God.
the Secret Santa.
How
dash.
hard was it to get this fucking horse in here?
Yeah.
The hardest part was when I cut his head, like when I cut his head and his tail at an angle to get him into
Yeah.
the box. That was the worst part.
That's insane.
What you jam in here? Just like branches and shit?
Where
Just like all the. This
yeah,
is Phil's.
that's that I went out and I had to resupply my dirt for doing
yeah,
bases,
dirtbag.
and I did scoops of dirt from my yard, and there was a lot of leaves and roots, and I just kind of separated them. I'm like, oh, that looks like it might be cool to just glue to stuff, and
Well,
it
now
worked.
you have. What year was your house built? Do you know?
1885.
Now,
1732.
after our trek in the basement, dude, we saw all those kit bash supplies down there.
Oh, yeah,
the brick
all the
falling
brick
apart, dude. He's got
dust.
a real nice brick dust.
Oh, good. I'm sure that's great for your lawn.
Yeah,
It's gonna be great for the models.
yeah.
it's gonna look awesome.
Wait, what year was it built? 1832?
1885.
1885. Dude, that's old.
Oh,
as
it's
Yeah,
gonna be
it's old as
so
fuck.
That's real
haunted.
New
It's,
England
it's
shit.
real New England
It
shit.
is
You got
so
the mason
haunted.
jars nailed to
Oh,
the ceiling,
that's a
and
classic.
the grandpa bits are in the.
Oh yeah,
I just learned that was a thing with the other day. Were you sending me pictures? You showing me pictures?
We're
of
at
shit? At Adams.
homie Adam's house. Yeah,
And like all of them are, you got Colin over there. Colin's a big putting the jars on the roof. Old New England guy.
I don't
DIY
understand
or-
what you guys are talking about.
I'll show you a
Oh.
picture. So
Yeah.
It put mason jars
would do-
on the.
they
You
would
say the
screw it.
roof or the ceiling?
the ceiling.
the ceiling of the
Okay.
basement,
It looks
they would
insane.
nail the lid to the ceiling, and
Got
then
little
like
baby parts in
grandpas would collect their bits of just like
Screws,
screws
bolts.
and bolts,
Their
whatever.
versions of bits.
Yeah, their versions of bits. But
Little
I feel like the
washers.
reason you don't see it is because the generation after that is when everyone got BB guns and they were just fucking nailing grandpa's jars on
You
the
know what?
ceiling.
You should throw some of those jars in here. Just screw 'em
Honestly,
to the
yeah.
Screw 'em to
ceiling.
the ceiling.
I'm really wasting space here by not doing that.
What are you using your ceiling for?
Nothing, dude. It's got that shitty popcorn all over it. Whatever you
It's
call
definitely
it.
such a grandpa thing because like you had toolboxes. Why would you?
You had the little bits containers that
Yes.
pulled out the drawers.
Those are very nice.
Can't find
This
picture
this
for it.
one
Here
I
we go,
made for
Phil.
Brandon, but I was gonna do a
Oh, do we get to look at it before Brandon does?
yes.
Yeah. See, I don't think I've ever seen that.
Did
before.
you, every like old New England house has some weird curse shit like that.
Oh, okay.
All right,
I
yeah,
don't
let's-
think.
let's
So
look at
this one
Brandon's
is
thing.
for Brandon. I was gonna do a
Oh,
resin
shit.
pour, and then I thought, well, if the resin leaks through the wood, I'm gonna be really mad, so I didn't.
Woo!
Oh,
But
that
it's a
rocks.
summoning
Oh,
pool.
you should just do
Oh,
it.
sorry, we're gonna bleep that out. Spawning pool.
Yeah, spawning pool.
What?
It's got like a
Spawning pool?
salamander coming out of it. or
Dude, the
something?
little stairs there or whatever to
Yeah,
reach
that's
into your
interesting.
swimming pool.
I was gonna put a little skink,
Yeah, that's
kind of like
tight.
Fucking brilliant guy.
he's
yeah.
summoning him.
Yeah.
but
He
when
doesn't
I
fit with
he
the big
doesn't
guys.
fit
Yeah.
with the salamander
Wow.
in there.
This is insane. Steve, you're a god.
Yeah, thank you, Steve. That
You're
rules.
a god.
Now Brandon's never gonna get it because he doesn't like us. He'd rather go watch Avatar.
Wow, dude. Avatar: The Last Airbender movie.
In the tags for this episode, we're just going to be like, yeah, we talk about Mordheim. We shit talk Brandon for a half hour.
Oh, dude, he's a great guy. James Cameron did Avatar.
Yeah.
What are we talking
Yes,
about?
sir.
Dude,
The
what
highest
else is
grossing
there?
first
movie of
one
all
was
time.
Everything.
Titanic, Avatar.
It is sick.
Is it the highest
The
grossing?
greatest.
Yes.
I
I think they
Avatar?
cheated that, though, because they re-released the movie, and then they included that sales.
Dude, I don't know about Avatar.
Yeah, but that's a lot of movies that are sort of in that top
Yeah.
bracket have had re-releases.
I like
That-
a lot of crazy shit, but Avatar, I don't know.
The
It's not
mechs
for
in
me.
it, very cool.
Mechs?
You know what I
There's
saw
mechs
the
in
other
it?
day?
I'm definitely
Yes.
an Avatar.
I thought it was just
apologist.
like I thought it was just lizards or whatever.
No,
they are.
there's like Alien 3 exosuit type shit in it.
Oh,
It's
dude.
yeah.
Have you ever seen the Matrix 3
Wait a minute,
with
you
the
haven't seen
suits that
Avatar?
defend
Of course
Zion?
I've seen the Matrix.
So
They're-
the suits that they have with
That's
the big
great.
machine gun hands, they look like that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
But
Never seen Avatar. Don't
You should
don't
just
come
watch
for
it.
me. You should just watch it. You know what I saw,
know.
though?
I should
Avatar
see a lot
being
of
the
things.
highest grossing movie of all time has zero cultural impact.
What do you
That
mean?
makes sense.
You don't see people running around in like blue
Oh yeah.
people costumes or like
People still dress like Morpheus, so it's like
you know what I mean.
where's the blue
You
costumes?
there was a McDonald's tie-in for everything. There was no Avatar. There was, but it's not.
It's all of.
It's not the Marvel takeover of
Yeah,
all
well,
these
I
movies.
I mean, it's, a
it's
good
hard to
movie.
say because I think when something has zero cultural impact like that, I don't know. To me that almost feels manufactured. Because think of how
Yes.
big Game of Thrones was for almost a decade, And then
Yeah.
just the one shitty ending, you never, it's just gone.
dude,
I mean,
I
I know
don't
there's
watch
that
it,
other
yeah.
show. I haven't watched it yet. I've heard that it's great.
Me too.
House
But-
of Dragons or
Yeah. But think of like the sort of cultural
Sounds
cachet
cool.
that it had. It's just like completely gone.
yeah.
But to me, that's almost in contrast to Avatar, which was obviously like, the highest grossing movie of all time. For it to have no cultural impact to me, something is weird about that.
Yeah. Like the man's keeping it down.
The man is keeping it
You think
down.
so?
Wow, it's almost
You think they're
because-
out to get James
because it
Cameron?
has this anti-imperialist,
shit.
environmentalist message.
Very
And,
true.
maybe
Very
that's
true.
something.
Conspiracy podcast.
Snuff it
It's
out.
also just like based entirely on another movie.
Listen, that's
I know,
Wait,
First
what?
off, there's like 5 stories in the world,
In the
and
world.
everything is just like
Do you ever,
It's
what
just
was that
a rip
book?
on one of
Hero
those
of a Thousand
books.
Faces. You ever read that
I
book?
haven't. I have it downstairs, but I want
That
to
book
read
rocks.
it.
Yeah, it's just what Phil said. There's 6 stories ever. That's it. And then everything is a retelling of that with a little twist.
So Avatar though is based off of another story though.
no,
Is it
it's not
Dances
based
with
on
Wolves?
anything. Well, it's Dances with Wolves.
No way.
What's the other
Dances
one
with
people
Wolves
say?
with
Fern
Kevin
Gully.
Costner.
Yeah, it's like all
That
of that.
what are we
same-
talking
It's
about?
just, listen, it's just about some sort of cultural interloper going native and turning against his
Oh, that's what
former
happens in
side.
Avatar? Nice.
That's, yeah,
Pocahontas?
that's what
Yeah,
happens in
it's
all
straight
of
up
those.
Pocahontas,
Yeah.
which is
Pocahontas
Dances with
rocks.
The Disney movie.
Yeah.
That movie does rock.
That's the only.
I was listening to the
Pocahontas
soundtrack.
was
the other
only a
day.
Disney movie.
Dude, The Colors of the Wind. Great. That's great. I don't know.
It's
The
no
raccoon
Minions
guy.
movie.
It's no Minions movie. That is true. Dude, honestly, I watched Despicable Me 1 and 2, and they're pretty good.
Dude, they're
Those
funny.
movies-
They're really funny.
Unironically funny.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, these definitely aren't, because they're not Disney movies.
No.
They're like Pixar or whatever, which is different, or they're DreamWorks.
Yeah, sure.
It's a
Whatever
Universal
one's not.
Studios.
Yeah, I know that
company.
there's-
I know
there's-
that.
There's a few different studios as far as the 3D animation goes. That to me, I've always just lumped them all as Disney,
Yeah,
but
it's not Disney.
I know.
No.
I've only just recently
'Cause the
realized
tone
that
is
it's
way
a few
different.
different
Yeah.
ones.
It's like way funnier and like dumber, and like you watch like Disney movies.
well,
and they're
Disney
great,
doesn't do
but
like
they're,
fart jokes.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Have you seen the new Minion movie?
No.
They do a Rolling Stones cover at the end, and it's so. If we could play that in the podcast,
dude, I'll
like
put it
as
right
a,
here. I'll pause it and I'll just
interlude.
put in the Minions
Oh my
Rolling Stones cover.
No, you got to
for
put it at the
everybody to
end.
hear. I'll put it. It'll be the outro music from now on. Will be the Minions Rolling Stones.
Who would give you the
Music.
cease and desist faster? The Rolling Stones?
I don't
or,
care, dude. They can
or
send it to
Gru?
me.
Gru from the Minions.
What would happen? They send me a cease and desist, and I cease and I desist.
Yeah,
like
that's
you
it.
know,
All right.
you got to
Jagger
listen to
comes
the
and
whole
takes your house.
podcast to get to the end. To
I'm
know
going to
that
say
it's on
something.
there.
I did the Under the Dice podcast, and I used Hate Breed at the beginning of the podcast. I got cease and desist for every episode.
No
within
way.
days
I
of
don't
putting
hate
it
it.
up.
Well, listen, it's
They're the
I
local
think
homies.
those things. It's not someone listening to find it. It's I want to say it's scanned by some
Phil.
sort of like AI.
It's the computer.
Oh shit!
It's
is
the
the
goddamn computer.
It's the computer.
Well, yeah, it's not like how you can't use any of that music on YouTube.
Yeah.
It
So you think the Minions
sh-
Rolling Stones cover would be? I'll run it through a distortion pedal.
it's the
Yes.
it's the Shazam technology. It just fucking finds you and gets you.
Oh.
Speaking of Minions, have you
Fucking
ever been to
Shazam.
Paul's house?
Paul Mordheim. Paul.
No. Chain
Oh,
Paul.
Paul.
Chain to
Yeah.
the bottom of the ocean, Paul.
Oh, shout
I
out.
went to his house.
Shout out Chain to the bottom of the ocean.
New record just came out.
Yeah.
I went to his house the other day with we go over pretty often. He's like my neighbor now that I moved, but me and my dad had to go measure some windows we're doing all the windows at his house, and he's like, I don't know the condition of the house right now, just to like let you know before you go in.
My Minions memorabilia is everywhere.
I kid you not. I walk in before my dad, and I'm like looking around.
Are you apologizing to your dad?
I'm looking
sorry
around
I'm
the
friends with
kitchen. There's Minion paraphernalia everywhere. We go in the living room. His Christmas tree from the bottom to the top is Minions ornaments. There's Minions
No fucking
toys.
way.
There's Minions everything.
Well,
everywhere.
I'm helping you sand your house at like midnight the other night. And Paul comes over with a sander.
a homeless man entered the house.
He was wearing a size 3X hoodie with the tightest Minions pajamas ever.
So he's a big Minions head.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I mean, I am too, but I don't wear the pajamas.
So
Like,
that's like another level.
yes. It
That's
is a
really
bit
cool.
to an extent, but like,
But when does a bit go?
when
too
does the
far?
line?
When does a bit just become your
gray area
identity? You are a minion, dude. Speaking of, I don't know why it just popped in my head, but that kid Booger, right? Is that his name? Shit, no, dude. Boner. Damn, dude. Dude, I hope he doesn't listen to this. But the turkey game was great. He was awesome.
Turkey game based on 2 rooms in a boom. 2 rooms in a boom.
2 rooms in a
which
boom?
is a very classic game.
The hell is
like
that?
I thought it was a werewolf.
It's a turkey game.
No, which it's like a
But 2
derivative
rooms in a
of.
boom.
Yeah, it's a derivative of a werewolf. It's just a social deduction game.
Supposed to be like a bomb? Boom?
So I think the original game, it's on that free game narrative website. I don't know what it is, but
I don't know this website. This website sounds sick.
yeah, it's like real board game hackers type movement. But it's one person's the president, one person's the hitman or the assassin.
Hitman is the word? That's the word they use?
No, it's like assassin or something.
We're going to stop the assassins.
Yeah, and then they're supposed to
Secret Service
be
guys.
in the
Osama
same.
bin Laden.
No, it's like you're trying to take out the president. So
Nice.
every
Unless you're the
round you
president.
trade someone, and you're supposed to get the assassin in the same room as the president.
Nice.
And the president has his like 3 Secret Service members, and the assassin has like I don't know what the hell their name would be.
Spies.
Yeah, spies, whatever. So
Fucking scary.
yeah, that's all it is. But turkey game.
I like the turkey game way more.
Turkey
than that.
game.
Turkey game was
scarier
the
than
hunt, the
President
poacher, and the
Assassin.
turkey,
Yeah.
and then there was
The
gravy.
vegan.
There was the vegan.
The gravy was
the
great.
gravy.
I got like a vacuum cleaner or some shit. What did I get? I was some other shit.
Gravy boat?
No, I was not the gravy boat, but I was some other shit. I was
Vegan or
the
something?
test dummy or whatever, the shooting target.
Oh, the
Last
target.
game.
Why did you think
Fucking
vacuum?
vacuum cleaner, dude. You suck up all the gravy after. If the gravy's if you're in the same room as the gravy, then you get to suck
Dude, I
up
gotta
the
come
gravy.
to Thanksgiving at the Regan household
Oh,
for.
dude, we gotta
for
play this game.
Gravy's just everywhere. You need a vacuum cleaner to clean it up.
Gravies versus vacuums.
Very fun game.
Yeah, we got to make up our own game that just doesn't make any sense. That's
Like
like,
that
that.
game?
Like turkeys
That
trying
game.
to kill the president.
Yeah, why not?
Turkeys with the little bomb.
Thanksgiving. You ever see that movie?
I did.
Great.
That's
Great flick.
That's
Great movie.
the only Thanksgiving movie, I think.
I think so. Yeah.
Right? What are the other Thanksgiving movies? This is a
There's a
Thanksgiving
movie that
podcast
takes
now.
place around Thanksgiving count?
Yeah, I mean,
Is this like a Die
Nightmare
Hard
Before
narrative?
Christmas, right? That's like right.
That has nothing to do with Thanksgiving.
I
Terry.
know, but like it
I
splits
don't even think they
different.
show a turkey in it.
There got to be a turkey in that fucking movie. Come on, like
There's
on
an
one of the
Easter bunny.
trees.
There's
There's
an
got to
Easter
be.
bunny.
There's got to be a Thanksgiving tree.
Nope.
No.
No.
Easter tree. You looking up the
Thanksgiving.
trees?
I gotta look it
With
up now.
All right,
Thanksgiving.
he's on the
Gotta
tree
look it up
tree
now.
research. There's Thanksgiving. No, there's not Thanksgiving. You just said that. There's Easter. Dude, there's St. Patrick's Day on that for sure.
There's definitely a St. Patrick's Day.
Which
like
would be a sick alternate universe. Jack
Nightmare
Skellington
Before
goes into the fucking.
I went to find a leprechaun.
Dude, he just comes back with tons of gold and
Yes.
rainbows.
There is a Thanksgiving tree.
Dude, gotcha.
Is there any other
So there's a
Thanksgiving
turkey in
movies
there.
though?
Are there any good Leprechaun minis?
Gotta be.
There's
Right?
definitely a
Oh.
Leprechaun, the horror movie miniature.
And Ralph Parther's got to do fucking.
No, what's the
leprechauns.
Oh, they're not
Old
leprechauns,
shit.
I guess.
I got.
I was
these-
thinking the halflings from War Games Atlantic.
I got
I
these.
pick-
those
lead-
are
I
sick.
pick up that box every single time I see it.
I got these lead minis of these like fucking weird little guys. I don't know what they are, but
Ralph Partha.
It
You
just looks
should
like
eat
another
it.
little halfling and slash or hobbit.
Put it in your mouth.
Really
dude,
long
I
arms.
almost
Well,
did.
yeah.
I
Figure out if it's
thinking
lead or
about it, I
not.
almost did.
Does lead have a smell?
I don't know. Put it in your mouth.
Yeah, smelling is probably isn't.
Doesn't
good for
smell
you.
like anything.
Yeah, I speaking of things that we've been working on, I made a cast of the Oyumaru, the blue stuff cast.
Oh, you used it?
I did.
I've been
It
too
works
scared.
okay.
I've been too scared.
Dude, I really fucked up the registration. I'll go grab it.
Yeah, I think Steve, you had a bad experience with it,
I had the worst experience.
and then
it just never got to a temperature where I could press in the bit to
Yeah.
make it stay, and then
Came out kind
yeah, it just never worked. I ended up throwing it in the trash.
But for first try, man,
I would
didn't
say-
do too bad.
For first try, that's pretty damn
What would
good.
you give me out of 10 there? 4 out of 10?
let me see this guy.
I'll take a 4, dude. I'd be happy with the 4. But
Yeah,
now
maybe
that I
4 or
said that,
5.
you all are going to give me fucking 2s, dude.
No, you said 4.
We're gonna give you an average after we all look at it.
I think your registration is fine. I think
No, I peeled off a lot of Flash because it just like pressed it and you
Flash,
don't
that's
realize
normal.
how much
Yeah,
you
Flash,
have.
that's-
that's just years of experience that you have to get rid of that.
Yeah. Well, I just don't want to have too little and there's a big
Does the
fucking
model's
gap.
face normally look like this?
I don't know. He's right here.
Oh, it's this guy?
I think it's it's a different dude. But same
Yes,
fucking difference.
I think your registration's fine. I think his face is a little fucked up, but
Yeah.
Dude, no way. This is awesome.
For first try, I mean,
Oh,
it's
for first try, that's an 8
big
out of 10.
fucking
That's
waste
an 8
of
out
green
10.
stuff, but they're milliput.
I'd put it up there with 8 out of 10.
Yeah, no, I thank you guys for getting
You
Jesus.
guys are
only
gonna have to
downside
link a
is the
lot of
shield.
images in the
Dude, they'll have to look it up
podcast
online.
description or something.
No,
You
man.
guys don't need to know what we're talking about.
Look up mediocre Oimaru casting on Google, and you'll get the
8 out of 10. First try.
Dude, thank you guys.
And now, what is Oimaru casting?
Oh, it's like the blue stuff. You ever seen the blue stuff? It's like you heat it up in a fucking pot.
You like
and then
boil it to get it.
It's like sticky
malleable.
tack that you
Okay.
put on the back of a poster. It looks like that.
Yeah, it's a little different.
Yeah,
than
It
that,
looks like
but-
blue tack.
Yeah,
Okay.
And it's infinitely reusable though, because you
Once
just
it
throw
cools
it back in
down,
the pot.
you jam a fucking mini in there, and then it'll cast it.
Okay. So it has enough, viscosity or whatever.
Yeah,
that
when
you
it's
can-
hot.
It'll just suspend.
Here, I'll
I mean,
grab
it
that.
won't sink
Yes.
to the bottom
Correct.
or whatever. Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's good shit.
It's like a thermo. I think the official term would be like a thermoplastic or a.
This one did not work, but this one
And now,
is
what
just of, like,
what
an
is
arm.
there to register?
So
I'm very
there's-
familiar with the concept of registration.
Well,
but
it's two different sides, so it's like two different sides of the mold coming together.
Oh, okay. I see.
So this
Yeah,
one
all
didn't
right,
work 'cause
So
one of the
two-sided mold
sides
that
really
you had
didn't
to
work.
line up.
Now, did you
Okay.
do it both at the same time?
No, I did that first, and then I fucked up, and I had to like rip them apart.
I was
and
going to
start
say
anew.
because that's a different type of casting at that point.
Well, I did one side, so
Two-part casting.
I was like, shit, I gotta keep it hot. So I fucking had a pot of boiling water, and I had a heated up baking sheet to like work
Burning
on.
yourself.
Well, I wanted to keep it fucking high, you know what I mean? So I took it out of the. I was wearing like latex gloves, and it was actually kind of nice. I was able to just pick it up out of the boiling water and then like put it down really quick. And so then I just took like this mini was just like a weird. I was just like a test, like a sword, tech sword kind of fucking thing. And so I pressed that into it. And then the first time I let it cool for a second while I was heating up the next part, and then I pressed that on top of it, and I realized like, oh shit, the heat from the next one just fused these two together. So I had to throw the first half into the freezer, let it get cold for like 5-10 minutes, and then take the other one out. And then
Couldn't you
press
just
it.
cut it after the fact though with like a razor knife?
I had to do that anyways, even with
Oh.
it frozen. So like I had to go in and like fucking pry off the bits. There's probably a better way to do it, but the first time it definitely just gelled into one piece again, and it was like, oops.
Well, from what I've seen,
Oopie.
a lot of people do like it's like a one-sided cast.
Yeah.
You do like there's a
Three-
flat
three-
side.
3/4 cast.
Sure.
Yeah.
that
3/4 cast.
Yeah, that's what. Fuck, I can't think of their Instagram name right now. But they'll do that. Like you'll dunk half this fucking mini in there, 3/4 of it, and then the rest you'll either sculpt on after, or you just that way you can get away with only
dude, that's a
one
good
piece
idea.
of
A lot of people do it with like what's that bit that everyone was raving about in
the head,
The head.
the head,
The zombie
the
head?
the crossbow, the quiver,
crossbow, the
like
hat from the Curse City.
yeah. So-
Oimaru experts, weigh in.
Yeah, weigh in. Please yell at us. And the Phil Phacts, you can yell at us about that too. Dude, how long have we been recording this?
It's been a
fucking
while.
shit?
You're gonna have to chop
Jesus
some of this
Christ.
out.
I mean, yeah, for sure. There's gonna be something that comes out at the beginning and the
was
end.
first
I
episode.
don't know how much people want to hear about minions.
You guys want to move
no,
to
the minion
game
stuff
news?
stays for sure.
Game-
news.
you guys
Oh,
got
shit.
game
Yeah,
news?
we should go through some game news. Get it out there. You know,
First
Game
episode,
news.
we're trying to figure out the
Dude,
the layout.
Listen, people just like to listen to crap all
Well,
they
yeah,
can.
I mean, this is shit I listen to while
I would listen to
Pretending to
four
paint.
guys
I don't care.
bullshit at a table about something I like for hours.
Also, dude, people love us. We're
That's
fantastic.
true. That's true. Look at us.
I mean,
Yeah,
we're
we're
beautiful.
People definitely buy my zine.
We're beautiful. Yeah, go buy the UTD, the Under the Dice
Dude,
zine, still
the
for
zine?
sale. They still got a bunch of them, right?
They're still up there.
They're still up there. Go buy them.
The shirts I made just for fun, just like, haha, I want to put Warhammer art on a shirt. And then actually, Mike Gundam Official reposted it. 12 dudes out of nowhere were like,
Oh god.
when can I get this shit?
Dude, we should give what do they call it when you like talk about yourself for a second before we do news? They like I don't know.
Introduction?
Not introduction, but it's like when you're like, okay, follow me on stone.jaw on Instagram.
Oh,
you know?
plugs?
Plugs, that's
Okay.
it.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm
we
not,
can do
I'm
that
not
at-
on
well,
social
that's at the
media.
end,
cut
bro.
You want to do it at the
Yeah,
end?
yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
fucking Jesus, guys.
All right.
Just trying to get it out there. I'll
Well,
see
you
really
could
quick.
we
Go
could just
up.
do a clip at the end where everyone does it, and then you just like drag and drop.
We'll
it
do
in.
like a-
post production.
Yeah.
like an NPR, like thanks for supporting the podcast. If you want to follow us, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Don't.
Don't
Please don't.
I'll have a computer say. I'll have Siri say it.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
That's the way
Yeah.
you can buy back your favorite with Siri.
Siri hates me. Anyways, what do we have for news?
I got some stuff. I
You
did
go,
a little
because I
homework.
bet you we probably have the
Give
same
us the
ones. I'm
news.
blanking on stuff that I tried to.
Well, I'll do the big one first. Trench Crusade.
Yes, dude.
Did you guys see that?
I did.
Yes.
So
No,
Trench
Phil
Crusade is
Elaborate.
Are
is
you
a
familiar
game.
with Trench Crusade in general?
No.
It is a game coming out. I'm
I think it was a game yet.
It sounds
no,
very
it's
World
coming
War
out.
One.
I
It's
know
in
that.
Kickstarter.
I think it was just an art project first.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
I thought it was like a miniature. They were making models, and it was to be a game. But my
we're working it
understanding of
out
the
here.
whole thing around
Live.
it is not like I'm not super in the know of it, other than the concept art they've been releasing over the past few months. I always thought it was a game and miniature related.
It must have been like probably leaning towards that. But
I know
dude, look at that.
the Trench Pilgrim is the only
Oh
thing
yeah,
I see
see,
posted
that
all
to
the
me
time.
that
The guy
looks
with
like
the rifle, too.
some From Software World
Oh,
War
yeah.
One.
It's very
shit.
that vibe.
That's very
Ooh.
cool.
Yeah.
I
So
love
big
World War
news
One
is
The minis were what started on the Kickstarter.
Yes.
He was making minis.
Oh, okay. Okay,
Yeah.
so yes. So
the
Steve was
big
right.
news is Thomas Preenan. Is that how you
yeah.
say it?
Pyronin, I'm assuming.
From
Yeah.
Games
Of
Workshop.
Yep.
Mordheim fame.
Mordheim fame, 6th edition.
Terminator Genesis fame.
Wow.
Stop.
It's true.
Wait, what?
Terminator Genesis, the miniature skirmish game.
Oh,
There's a Terminator
Yes.
miniatures.
We
Yeah.
should just play that. That should be
should
turned
play that.
Mordheim.
I remember the movie
Yeah, you
Terminator
know
Genesis
what?
was, very bad.
It was a terrible game. Or terrible movie, great game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
but
Wow, okay.
he has signed on to. I think he's like the concept director or something like that. He's writing the game rules
He's
for
writing the
that.
game for it.
So cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Probably like a design director.
Yeah.
or
Dude,
something
that's
like
going to be awesome.
So
Yeah,
they got him
absolutely.
signed up for Trench Crusade to be doing the rules.
Now, is it kind of trench warfare based? I imagine it's like very like cover,
I-
duck
I-
and cover run in between dead man's lands kind of thing.
I haven't seen
fight in the
anything
trenches.
for the rules.
No, I don't think there like I said, I don't think there's rules yet. I think
Okay.
this is the first bit of it. So
Oh, dude, that's insane.
yeah.
Which
that.
hearing all the
What would you like it to be?
Oh, there we go.
I don't know if a duck and cover and go. I feel like that'd be very checkers.
Yeah, fuck it, dude. We got Brawl Arcane.
That's true. I think it's a little more complicated than checkers, but
that's like playing chess.
yeah.
Yeah, dude, you got chess, but
That's
you're in
true.
a trench.
That's
trench
true.
chess.
Trench chess. All right, wait, we got to scrap this and make our own game now. Trench
Yeah,
chess.
trench chess. No, but I mean, I don't know. I think it would be kind of cool to have like a bunch of little. But I don't know. I guess it doesn't make sense.
So
Trench warfare in a minis game, I feel like would be very sick, but you have to do it right, or else it's just very. I do this, you do this. I do this, you do this.
I have more. It's really funny because they literally have the same name almost. It's two separate things entirely. There's a guy I follow named, if I say this wrong, I'm really sorry, Samuel Munoz. Do you think that sounds right?
Munoz, probably.
Munoz.
Samuel
Munoz.
Let me see.
His at on Instagram is at distant.trenches.
oh, dude,
Yes,
awesome.
his shit's insane.
He is designing a like nightmare surrealist trench
Yes,
warfare
yes.
game by himself, and he posts like he's been making boards and everything and models. He makes everything all kit bash.
His shit's real. Like, was it Terry? You would know, art guy, Bikskinski.
Oh, dude, I don't know how to say it, but you know the Polish guy.
Yeah. His shit is very
You
inspired
could just
from
say
that.
the Polish.
Yeah.
guy. People know
Well,
what
because
you're
it's like
talking
it's
about.
all one color and then
All
accent
red.
red.
No, it's red.
Well,
It's-
yeah.
He's been putting out these boards and designing this game, and it looks so cool. And I keep asking, like, can I get the rules? I want to try. He's like,
Yeah.
it's not ready yet. Hold on. But it's funny that they're doing this Trench Crusade game, and then he's also doing his game, which
Dude, there's gonna be a lot of trenches soon.
yeah,
So many trenches. Trench coat.
it looks awesome.
trench
looks
coats.
awesome.
We need to get the
Trench
coats.
foot. Wasn't there a game
Trench
trench,
foot.
foot?
Trench Foot 28 was the thing going on. I don't know what happened with it, but there's a million freaking games out there now.
Dude, I just want to play like I got
Wanna play
I
them
got
all?
a box of Bolt Action now. Oh, that's another
dude.
thing I got.
I would
Yeah,
love to
dude.
play Bolt
I would
Action.
love-
Yeah, dude, just real. We're just historical guys now.
Yeah.
Yes. We don't even go to the main hall at Adepticon now. We go to the second
Dude, that's
hotel.
the dream. Those dudes are the best guys because they just get their pizzas for their gang.
I'll say on the crusade of going to every train store in Connecticut I've been on, the train guys are way nicer than any hobby shop dude I've ever talked to.
And they're amped because there's young people in the hobby
Yeah.
that are like, you're buying rust effects. Like,
That guy could have cried. He was so excited. I was buying orange dirt.
yeah.
He was so stoked. I don't get
No
that.
one buys this.
I don't get that at the other
And
game
now
stores.
what train store was this?
This was in Winsted. I don't
R&R
remember the name.
or RR
RR,
hobby because
yeah.
I've been googling it like
It's
every
in
3 days.
it's
'cause I
in the
wanna go.
sickest old mill building. and you have to walk through the entire building to get to the other end. There's just not a door there. And
Okay, that's our hobby in
Yeah.
Instead, Connecticut.
Dude, shout out friends of the pod, RR Hobby,
Big supporters.
big supporters,
Great supporters.
sponsored. No, they're great. They're like I've been like honestly just like looking at pictures.
I think it's just one dude that runs it too.
It's 20 minutes up the road.
He has a train set in the station or in the store.
He's got a whole demo spot, so if your train's like messed up, he'll fix it for you and run it on his own little track.
We should get him to come
amazing.
demo a train set
do you think-
at the event.
I often think about this.
dude.
Do you think we're going to become train
Yeah,
guys, or
100%.
we're just going to step out of the hobby?
I'm gonna no.
train.
I'm not. I've been doing this for like 20 years. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not
you're
stepping
going to
out.
hit 50,
I
and you're going
have
to be.
no interest in trains. Sorry.
Oh, come on.
Phil,
No,
when
I-
do you think your cutoff is? You're going to be
With
like
what?
Like the
Like
hobby in
hobby.
general. You're going to be 50 and go.
What's too far?
Well, it's either trains or historical games now, so I'm just
Why do
out.
you have to
Oh,
change?
I don't know. I mean, like I said, I've been,
You don't.
I've been, fucking around with at least Games Workshop games for over 25 years. Yeah,
I want to start
and I'm not
dressing,
that old.
dressing like a Civil War guy and just playing Civil War reenact like
That'd be
minis.
so cool.
Dude, like I'm like Twin
You're
Peaks.
wearing the
I don't know
hat.
if you guys know this reference, but
Yeah.
shout out Twin Peaks. No, but yeah, I want to go to RR.
We got to go. We'll go
Dude.
right now.
The concept of like I think making a train set at my house and like building a huge diorama, that's not outside the realm. I would do it,
No.
and then I'd play Warhammer on it while the train is going.
100%.
I say that to my
And the
stepdad all the
train
time.
has something to go like it's
Yeah.
like there's rules to the train. You get hit by a fucking train. dude.
If
How
it's your
cool
turn
is
and the
that?
train's going by and you can move your guy onto it, he just rides the train around.
That's it.
That is like the coolest, most like Candyland shit. It's just like you get to skip from one part of the board to the other part of the board on the train.
Well, that's what Chaos Dwarves? They're train based, right?
Dude,
I don't
there you
think
go.
so.
Looking at the historian Phil.
No,
Right?
I don't think so. I know they have a lot
One of
of
the fantasy-
like artillery weapons.
Yeah, but I thought they had like the big World War II like railgun as well. Like that was part of
No,
their.
I think the original iteration of squats had trains.
Okay.
Because I want to say for this could be totally wrong, but I think for what was it? Is Epic? Is that the Epic 40K?
Yeah.
Yeah, Epic 40K. I think they actually just had a train model.
Oh,
You have to
really?
fact checked me.
Or was it the War Master was fantasy, right?
Warmaster was
the
fantasy.
fantasy, and Epic was the 40K one.
Dude, any other trench news though?
No, that's it. That's all I got
That's
for
it about
trench.
Dude, 'cause
Trenches?
speaking about Kickstarters, is the Turn of 28 Kickstarter still live?
Ends in 3 days.
Dude, I was like thinking, oh, dude, it's definitely not going to be up by then. But like,
Yeah.
you know, if you supported it, you're awesome. What do they call it? Backing it, right?
Yep,
Dude,
I backed it.
You're a big Kickstarter head.
80 something Kickstarters. I just
Jesus
hit.
Christ.
Yeah.
I have
I've done
three.
like 2.
Yeah.
I'm still
One of
Zero.
them never came to
I
term.
know. Well, yeah, dude.
Yeah, I wrote an angry letter to Free League Publishing that my Blade Runner role playing game Kickstarter didn't come in yesterday.
I would also be upset about that.
Yeah. I'm also looking at the comments and everyone's like, "Oh, my foiling on my deluxe edition looks like shit." I'm like,
Oh,
"Great, can't wait."
Yeah, but the Turnip 28 one looks great.
Yeah, he just did a stream with Saint Decent like 2 days ago talking about the lore. He said something
really?
pretty controversial though. He said, "I do not like role playing games."
What?
I said,
You made one.
No, I
mean-
disagree with that.
That it's not a role.
I don't think it's a role playing game.
So one of the comments was like
no.
on the Twitch stream was like, "Hey, when will there be a role playing game for this lore, this world?" And he
Yeah,
was
he's
like,
making all
"Not
this
me.
lore."
Don't like him."
I'm sure he would let someone.
Yeah,
do it,
well, I mean,
but
if anyone's like, "Hey, I'm going to give you $100."
I also think the whole like I didn't. Did you listen to the lore talk?
No, I actually tuned in. He said that, and I was like, "All right, well, I'm gonna go hang out with my family instead right now. It's Christmas."
I didn't listen to it. So this is. It's not based on anything.
Yeah.
But
Just a hot
I can
take.
imagine his lore is like he's just kind of making it up on the spot.
Oh,
He
hell
has
yeah.
like maybe three
totally.
sentences written about anything.
Hell yeah, these people love shells and crabs.
Yeah.
This
That's a
guy-
faction.
This guy worships gunpowder.
Yeah.
and he has bullets.
That's amazing.
But I mean, that
That's
rocks.
lore.
Yeah,
that's
that's
the best
all
part
lore
about
is.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mad Max
you
meets
let
fantasy.
people explore it in their own headcanon, which
Yeah.
is how I like to come at everything. That
Yeah.
way.
Yeah. The more
Give me all the
details
lore
you
you want.
give
I'm
to
still
it.
gonna have my own head.
Exactly.
100%.
The more details you give to it, the more limited you're making it for someone else.
Well, that was my problem with when we were working on Steve Game was I didn't want to nail lore down. And I didn't want to nail anything down because I wanted it to be so abstract with like you can use a gun or you can use a bow. And it
Exactly.
doesn't
Yeah.
matter. Like super
You're
model
fighting
agnostic.
in
Dude, Steve Game
Hyboria or you're
rocks.
fighting in
Yeah.
Forgotten Realms. Who knows?
Steve Game ever get a real name?
No. They had a working title, but
Yeah.
It's still in my PDFs on.
It's really good. Super simple, super stripped down, like really nice.
Give it 6 months. Work on it again.
Yeah, once I'm
totally.
moved in and
It'll rock.
Mordheim Day's over, and I don't have to think about anything.
Did you back the Turnip Kickstarter though?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, very cool. Did you back it at the 120 level?
No, I backed it so I can get the
Loser.
I can get the STLs.
Well, okay. I was like, maybe I'll reach out to you and we'll split it or something.
I'm
like
also.
that, but-
I mean, I back him.
controversial.
I back him on.
beep 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 beep. beep.
I back him on Patreon, so I
yeah.
didn't feel too guilty about.
You back Knucklebones on?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah. No, his shit rocks. He's also a homie of Dylan.
Well, really?
Yeah.
Alpha Swords.
Yeah, Alpha Swords.
Yeah. Shout out Alpha
I think
Swords.
they're doing some Alpha Sword shit. If not, I know whatever name he's got for the Gunners.
The 15 millimeter game he's going to be demoing at Adepticon. I know that. They're
What?
like-
Which one? Knucklebones or
No,
White Tiger?
White Tiger.
White Tiger.
Oh, very cool.
I don't know if that was public,
Deltron.
but it is now.
Oh, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
he's
sure-
demoing
yeah,
it.
I'm
It's,
sure.
it's going to be on the website
Yeah,
for people to
eventually.
sign up.
Yeah, we'll bleep that out. There's just be a giant beep noise
Yeah.
right there. Yeah. Just forget it. Shit, there was something else about that I wanted to say.
About Knucklebones or
Maybe Knucklebones.
Or
maybe
Turnip.
15 millimeter. I don't know.
15 millimeters?
Jesus.
I got
Lost.
gaming news that I would like to hear
Oh.
your guys' opinion on.
I'll give you my
Posted as of yesterday or today.
gaming news.
No more Forge World.
What?
What do you
That's-
mean?
Do you see that?
No.
Forge World is officially going to be Horus Heresy Online.
What the fuck does that mean?
Yeah,
Wow.
I
know,
read it literally on the way over here.
dude. This,
We need some
this-
fact checks. Hold
Yeah.
on.
Now,
Oh,
what
Jesus.
exactly do you mean by
You just
that?
come in reading news on your phone
Bro.
while you're driving.
No, I was
Two.
safely stopped, not breaking the law at all.
2, you're taking your hot takes, reading this off Spiky
Yep.
Bits, probably.
No.
GW has
Working through-
quietly rebranded Forge World products on their website.
Yeah,
Damn.
You know,
they
honestly,
changed
that,
the
that's
Facebook page to get rid
that's
of Forge
not
World. and everything.
super surprising,
No.
considering
Name
I feel
for
like
it.
all the Forge World ranges have kind of very slowly like been whittled down.
To just recasters.
Yeah, a lot of it. To be honest, I never understood why Forge World existed. Being like 14, going on the internet, waiting for dial-up to finally load Forge World, and I'm looking at a BioTitan for fucking $3,000, and not understanding why it's just not a Warhammer product anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm sure memory's a weird thing, but when I was a kid, I remember the first time I heard of Forge World, it looked like it was just something that made like busts and stuff.
Yeah, I thought it was just some
Like it wasn't actual
a fan site
war
of
gaming.
Warhammer shit. And then seeing someone bring in, because that's before like planes were actually in 40K. Someone brought in a Thunderhawk, and I was like, whoa, 1, your dad's rich. 2, where do you get rules for that? And he's like, oh, it comes in this other book I had to buy. And I'm like,
God.
oh man, your dad's really rich.
You just got to make your own, dude.
Yeah.
Forge
But yeah,
World.
rest in peace, Forge World, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, I was never a huge fan of Forge World. I ordered very few models from there, and when I did, they always came fucked up, and they would have to send me a second set.
I always
Just
heard
like-
that they were good about that though.
They're good about it, but it's when I wait 2.5
Yeah.
weeks to get a thing in, and then I'm like, wow, these are awful. And then they're like, oh, we'll send you another one.
You get one free.
It's like, well,
Oh, great.
like I ordered Tank Busters, which those aren't Forge World, but they are the resin kits.
Okay.
Half the models came with flashing, like fusing their
Where is
arms
this
to
guy
their
getting
heads.
these?
I saw it on. I can't tell you.
Goonhammer.
Goonhammer.
Shout out.
Shout
By
out
dude.
Goonhammer.
By the time this comes out, Goonhammer will have gotten my package.
Scales. I think his name is
Scales.
Scales.
Is it Scales?
Scales.
Or Skulls?
I don't know. He's
Skulls.
a homie.
It's
though.
SKAILS.
I always said Scales in my head.
Dan is
Yeah,
all I
He better get that though.
call him by his government name.
Maybe he got it. And he's just now.
Don't say
Daniel.
his name.
Daniel.
Oh my god.
Yo, he's the boy. Paul's in talks with Goonhammer for sponsoring the Nordheim event.
I saw that.
I don't know how much of that is public, but
It is
Wow.
now.
they're sponsoring.
Hot
They're
takes.
Beep, 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 beep.
big shout out Goonhammer. Goonhammer rocks.
I mean, yeah, dude, amazing. And I hope he likes the minis.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was Cole who was asking how I set up the Secret Santa.
Mm-hmm.
And I randomized it all. I didn't like.
me and Gage got each other.
Yeah, the first time it was
No
Steve and I
fucking
got
way,
each other.
really?
I was like, well, we got to change to this.
Dude, that's really funny.
But it really worked out for like people that kind of knew each other and didn't know each other to get shit. But it's the whole point of it was just so people are closer. Just the whole community aspect of it.
Oh, I mean, dude, it's great. Like, dude, honestly,
I was just super excited. I was like, Terry got Cryptic Acrylic. We're gonna see some of his shit in person. That's awesome.
and it's mind blowing. And like, it came in. I had to put it together. It was like a model kit when it came
yeah,
in.
because
That's
it's
fun.
fucking
Because it was in
smashed.
12,000 pieces. And so I think I put it together okay, but like it gave me such a better appreciation, like putting it back together and being like, damn, dude, how do you get this gloss? How do you get these like, dude,
Right.
his color palette like on the base is like blue, green, and like white, and I'm like, dude, this looks so good, but I never would have thought to like use.
Yeah, absolutely. Matt posted yours last night.
I saw
Yeah.
on his story.
Oh yeah, very cool. Tuna can,
Tuna
28.
can Fisher.
What words did you get? Fish.
Fish and pathetic.
Oh, very cool. That pathetic's a good one to put in there.
He was fishing with a severed head, which I was going to
The
do.
head?
Another thing, I was going to do a resin pour, and then I got to go, like, it was like the 17th, and I was like, I'm going to do this resin pour. I'm going to fuck it up, and then I'm not going to
You're
be
gonna
able to
hate
send
yourself,
it.
yeah.
So I'm just going to send it as is, let him paint it if he wants to paint it.
And he could do a resin pour because kind of you only want to do resin last, right?
Always want to do it last.
Yeah, because it's just like because I thought about doing it for the minis that I was sending scales, and it was just like, oh shit, if I put resin on here, I can't, you know what I mean? I don't know. I have
Yeah.
to fucking do that last, and it's gonna have to dry.
Have any of you poured resin before?
Dude,
I certainly have not.
I'm a coward.
Yeah, straight.
I
up.
just see
those
so
little,
many-
Like, the thing I did for I did a bunch of them. Those little. That's
Oh,
all
shit.
resin poured on them.
Those are great. The
little-
little on the wood.
Oh, the little coaster guy.
Demon on it. Little coaster thing.
Oh yeah.
Dude, Steve, the
Yeah, I
crafting
have some of
champion of the world. This guy, Steve.
I love your bead jar.
Yeah, bean jar.
Bean jar.
Yeah, my bead jar. A bunch of BBs. Beautiful learning lesson for all. You can't just use BBs as mixing balls because they just rust.
Yeah.
So I definitely, I owe you another bottle of Plague Bearer Flesh contrast paint because the BBs just
You
rusted.
didn't even know you
inside.
had it.
Oh yeah, NBD. Well, you know what? I'll get you today with that. Dude, should we wrap this up? Any other news?
I don't think so.
I mean, we probably have other news. We could probably go forever, but we do have to go meet this fella over at the local shop,
Sure.
the
Any word from him?
LGS.
No,
He
I'll hit
texted
him
me
up right
today
now.
or DM'd me, and he was like, "You going?" And I was like, "Yep." And that was it. So
I think the format in the future of having like the big news section should come before we go into Minions.
I mean, I think
I feel like
Minions
Minions should be a
section.
staple.
Yeah, I think we should start with Minions.
Every
then
week we
go.
just
I mean,
watch
you
a
could also-
Despicable Me.
I'm not trying to steer this ship, but like we could just chop and like you can cut a bunch
Oh,
of this
I know,
out,
I know.
chop, move stuff, and
Listen,
Then
people
we-
love to just hear gabbing. I think it'll be all right. But we should shout out like who we are or where we can find us. So I'm stone.jaw. I think it's dot. I think there's a dot in there.
Stone.jaw.
Stone.jaw on Instagram. Yeah, that's where I post on my minis and my music and stuff like that.
I am not really on social media.
Yeah.
You catch
But
me.
you're on
you could
the
catch me
Discord.
on the Discord putting flame emojis.
or
on
you could
things.
text
That's
him
about it.
at his phone number,
If you want
Oh
to
yeah,
text
send
me,
him a text.
invite him to your group chat.
Yeah, here's a social
Group
security
chat
number.
champion.
You could come to his house. Here's his address.
Absolutely.
yeah, come visit me.
We can all chill, play some Warhammer.
Yeah.
I'm South of Heaven on Instagram
With a V.
With a V, SOVTH, and also underthedice.com.
Yes, dude.
I'm No Clear Coat on everything, and you can also catch all of us on the In Rust We Trust Discord.
The best Discord for all the freaks. All the freaks
The
show
freaks.
up.
That's it.
If you're into weird Secret Santa, then you should have been there.
Just want them all in the same house.
Yes, come on in, join us. All right,
Out
thanks
freak us.
for listening. This is Hive
Signing
Scum.
off.
We're signing off, dude. A battle report of the ogre victory over the undead. From the ogre's perspective, the wind howled through the frozen forest. A black stone monolith stood among the tundra. An ancient watchtower, built not by the hands of any man. Eldritch chanting could be heard whispering through the trees. Crawl and his band of warriors began to surround the foreboding ruin. Gone seemingly unnoticed by a figure in black armor at the base of the tower. Nezaret, an exile of Nagash. A mass grave sits at his feet, his armored fist cast out before it, a dark ritual to raise the dead. Cannon blasts erupt, cutting the dark figure's ritual short. The bodies in the pit sprang to life, forming a defensive position around the tower and Nezaret. The ogres exploded in fury upon the walking dead, bearing down with their mighty iron weapons, taking out countless dead in their initial charge. Nezaret's apprentice, necromancer Mitan, was torn to pieces by Gromwald, showing everyone why they call him the Man-Breaker. The second wave of the undead was not so easily overtaken, swarming over Kral and his knights, taking large chunks of flesh and gore. Nezaret's abominations swarmed from their surrounding forest, overtaking the backline cannons that were guarding Kral's flank, tearing them limb from limb. The countless undead swarmed to the warriors and took down many. Nezaret's boldness increased as he turned his legions of undead to challenge Kral in martial combat. This was short-lived, however, as Kral's ferocity was underestimated. After a few short blows, Nezaret had to flee to the forest under the protection of the abominations. The remaining undead were stomped into the snow and returned back into their graves. Kral and the despoilers ransacked the tower, stripping it of everything and anything they could find. From Nezaret's perspective, Mitan ran down the stairs to keep up with Nezaret. He heard the moaning and the creaking of bodies outside the stone walls. He turned the corner and heaved open the large ironwood door of the keep. Nezaret was already busy raising his legions. Hideous rotting arms and putrid torsos were pulling themselves out of the ground. Nezaret held his hands above the horde of abominations and stared unblinkingly at the approaching ogre stampede. Mitan's hand shook as he struggled to summon his own undead swarm. "Master, what are they?" Mitan said, watching the ogre sprint, toppling trees in their paths. His question was cut short by cannon blasts and a shower of undead body parts landing with sickening impact as iron and bone hailed into the stonework behind them. Nezaret had barely drawn his blade before the ogres charged towards him. Unfazed by the zombies gnashing around them, they cleaved their heads off their rotting bodies. Mitan looked up and saw one of the ogre's eyes fixed upon his staff, and it rushed towards him. He raised his staff above his head as the club crashed down and a fist launched him back into the keep's stone refinery tank. The world went dark around him. Nezaret parried the first blow and came face to face with a towering ogre. Kral offered a harsh laugh at the vampire lord. Nezaret raised his sword up, ready to take on his oversized opponents. Kral charged and Nezaret lunged forward. The sword became embedded into Kral's forearm and ripped from Nezaret's hands. Nezaret was no match for the towering ogre in unarmed combat, and Kral's fists crumpled Nezaret's armor, pummeling him into the ground. A rally cry went up. The ogres had taken the wavering keep. The hag's sacred texts were ransacked. Nezaret pulled himself away from the suddenly distracted Kral and found Mitan unconscious. Feeding off Mitan's lifeblood, Nezaret stood and dragged the necromancer away, broken limbs angled in odd directions. They traveled into the surrounding forests, taking refuge in the caves at the edge of the Swaltar Mountains, which marked the border between the north and the more temperate south. They had been defeated, but deeper in the cave, they were offered something new. Hope you guys enjoyed that battle report. That was part of our Path to Glory narrative campaign that we're running right now. We've been trying to write up short stories for each one of these battles. That was Steve writing his side of the story from the viewpoint of the ogres crashing into the tower, and Nezaret, which is my commander there, writing my viewpoint from the tower being crashed upon by the ogres. Thank you guys for checking out Hive Scum. This is our first episode. We had a blast making it, and hopefully you had a blast listening to it. We'll be back in the future with more episodes, but if you liked it, share it with somebody that you think in the community that would also like it, and just continue to follow what we're doing and check us out for more episodes in the future. Thanks so much, and keep it grimdark and keep it grimy. See you later.